appointments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
The only thing more satisfying than a crisp fall day is a crisp fall day inside your cozy, spotless home. Right now, shop Labor Day savings on select cleaning essentials and exclusive brands from the Home Depot. Plus, with fast free delivery, you don't have to worry about running out of your favorite cleaners, paper products, trash bags, and more. The Home Depot has everything you need to get ready for a fall refresh. Get your home crisp, clean, and ready for the season with the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on over 2 million items subject to availability.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Volunteer now. Help vulnerable and oftentimes overlooked children in Arizona. The Foster Care Review Board is a panel that advises our juvenile courts on the best interests of children in out-of-home care. Volunteer now. You can change the life of a child for the better. Visit azcourts.gov/volunteer to learn about the Foster Care Review Board. That's azcourts.gov/volunteer. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Supreme Court.
The road to better health leads to my longtime friends, Dr. William Gaspar and his wife Ava at Beehive IV Wellness in Chandler. J.D. Hayworth here, and the buzz about Beehive is spelled out in its middle name, IV. Not only are today's popular treatments available, IV hydration, joint injections, semaglutide for weight loss, as well as many more, it's also the Gaspar's holistic naturopathic approach that helps your body with self-healing. That means treating the underlying causes of chronic disease, from chronic fatigue to fibromyalgia, even those dealing with Lyme disease and lupus. The experienced medical staff designs a customized plan for each patient. So walk in or make an appointment today. Mention my name, J.D. Hayworth. Get half off your first treatment. Better health awaits you at Beehive IV Wellness in Chandler. Search Beehive IV Wellness on your cell phone. And remember, you'll thrive at Beehive.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast, too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday. How is it only Tuesday? God, it feels every Tuesday. I feel like that's the way I feel.
You wake up. What Tuesday means?
Taco Tuesday?
Oh yeah, taco. Yeah. Oh yeah, taco. Yeah.
I mean, that's all great and everything, but I feel like it has no business only being Tuesday.
It feels like it should be a Thursday.
Right.
And you wake up and there's 3 more days left.
You guys say that every week, and all of a sudden, before you know it, it's Friday.
No, it's like a million years until Friday. Tuesdays feel like they should be further along, and then Wednesday will drag ass, and so will Thursday before Friday exists, and then Friday becomes a super slow experience until we're done with the show. I'm just saying, I get it. That's just the way it is. It's not just us. It's everybody. That's just your work week kind of thing. But I'm just saying, really feels like it has no business being Tuesday right now. Feels like we should be further along.
Can I tell you that next Thursday, the 5th of September, we're only going to be on the air until 4:30.
Well, I
Did
think
tell
that you're kind
will
of
that help
burying the
you?
lead. That's the
Will
first
that-
game of
will
the
that kind
NFL
of-
season.
Would that kind of help you? And then
No.
Friday,
Tuesdays are always going to be like a Tuesday.
and then Friday, we're only going to be on the air until 4:30. Friday.
Yeah, I know, because we have 2 games in a row, 2 game days in a row, because that
Did
foreign
I
game
mention
that we're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
you were
Brazil.
absolutely
That's,
correct.
The Eagles and the Green Bay Packers in Brazil on Friday at 4:30.
Right,
Did I
Ravens
tell
and
you that?
Chiefs on Thursday. Yes, well, I
Yeah.
think I told you that, but still, that's all great. But it doesn't change the fact when you wake up on Tuesday and you kind of look over and you're like, what is today? Tuesday? Son of a how? Why we should?
Well, it's a long day today, but next Thursday, a week from this coming Thursday and Friday, it's our last full show.
This week, this today it has been a long week. Okay, and this week has been a long month. You know what I'm
but
saying?
next Thursday begins the long layoff for 18 weeks.
There's no layoff. We still have to be here.
Well, we're here only for an hour and a half, 90 minutes.
By the way, next Thursday starts the day where you get your fantasy football advice from the king of fantasy football. He'll be here with us at 4 p.m. every Thursday to answer your fantasy football questions and stuff.
Does he talk college football, by the way?
I don't know what he does outside of fantasy football. Why don't you ask him?
All right.
Why do you need? Are you playing fantasy college football?
Well, I mean, I've Florida, Miami this weekend. I might have to talk to Keon a little.
I think Keon's your expert for that.
Well, I know that, but I wonder if the King, if Mr. the King has any thoughts on Miami, Florida.
Well, write this down and then remember to ask him on Thursday.
All right. Hang on.
Yeah, you don't have a pen?
Hang on.
We should just stop the show so Randy can find a pen and paper.
Hang on.
All right, we'll wait.
Get a piece of paper here. See,
Keon has a pen for you, but
M-I.
Have to come here and get it.
M-I-A?
Yes, you have been MIA for quite some time. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Taco Tuesday. Today was cut day, and I see that Kyler Murray has made the short list and staying on the Cardinals roster.
Well,
you had a better choice. I mean, yeah, a lot of guys got cut, and I've got the full list of everybody who got cut, but who gives a crap about who got cut? Let's just talk about who made the cut. That is the more impressive thing. And, I'm going to name a bunch of guys who are unemployed. That seems kind of rude.
Shouldn't we talk about that?
But which one?
Well, I mean, all the teams. Shouldn't we talk about who made the teams?
I mean, you'll sort it out.
Who's going to be the starters for the USFL?
I do. Well, they're not in business anymore. But here's what I suggest everybody do. You go to your fantasy football team and you take a quick look and make sure there's still a team logo by that person's name. Because if there's not, a guy you drafted got cut.
So are
Well,
you
your
telling me
season
that
may be ruined.
Rock's football team got it went bankrupt?
No,
USFL?
That's the UFL because the USFL and the XFL
All right,
combined.
so it went from USFL to XFL to UFL. It's awful. It's awful.
I keep getting things messed up. I'm sorry.
So anyway, make sure there is an actual team logo by your players' names, because if there's not, that means that they've been cut. Just a little something that is a little bit relevant when you're trying to start a fantasy football season. So, like I said, we'll have Mr. the King of Fantasy Football with us next Thursday to get you straightened out before you launch the very first week of your fantasy football.
Is that this coming Thursday?
No, it's next Thursday. Not this Thursday. It's next Thursday.
So it's the Thursday after this coming Thursday.
That's what I said. Next
you
Thursday.
said next Thursday,
Not
which
this
would have
Thursday.
been the next Thursday up.
See, I run into that same confusion, but I'm trying to tell you, Thursday of this week, he will be on with us. But to talk about people who are doing last minute drafts and stuff.
Oh, geez.
Next Thursday, he'll be with us to help you launch your actual playlist. Yeah.
Now I'm completely confused again.
Have a drink. CK says, leave it to the Cardinals to cut their best quarterback. Ha ha ha. They didn't cut.
Who?
Did they cut anybody?
Desmond Ritter.
That's their best quarterback. Have you watched a minute, CK, of any practice or preseason game?
Or Desmond Ritter playing last season for the Falcons.
Right.
He's a smart guy, very athletic as a runner. He's got a pop gun arm. The ball does not go far when he throws it. That's kind of a problem for that position.
He throws like you would, CK. That's the problem. All right. So before we start getting into all the NFL stuff, and we are going to talk a bunch of NFL, let's just talk a little baseball. We've got the Diamondbacks playing tonight, 6:40, and that's great. They now lead the wild card, and Padres are just a game behind them. Diamondbacks 3 games behind the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah.
But you got the New York Mets. And like I said, we got swept by the Tampa Bay Rays. Okay.
Well,
but we swept the Rockies and the Marlins and the Red Sox. So I don't know what is going to happen with the Mets. I would assume we should kick them around a little bit. But, like I said, we've said this before. They play up to the good teams. They play down to the bad teams. But hopefully we can get through this with more wins than losses, because we need every win we can get now that we're getting into, playoff season.
This is that time of year when you've got to be looking at what you have on your roster. And Ryan Nelson has been a starter that's come in the absence of these so-called big-name starters. And he has helped this team. And he deserves the opportunity to continue to be in the starting rotation. Meanwhile, you have guys that, like Ketel Marte, that are injured. They're kind of nicked up. And it's not that Ketel Marte's got a major injury. He's got an ankle injury that I think is not major.
Well, Randy, he's supposed to be back in a couple of days now.
Yeah, they only put him on the 10-day, and he's supposed to be back. The thing about that is he trying to come back too soon? And this time of year, as a head coach of a major league franchise, you've got to talk to these guys and say, okay, wait, where are you? Are you 70%? Are you 80%? Are you 100%? Is this thing healed? Are you still dealing with pain?
Well, it's a combination, though, isn't it, Randy? Because as the manager, you've got to be watching the wild card race. You got to be watching the wins and losses.
Yeah.
And if you're winning without him, you just try to keep on winning without him as long as you can to make sure he's good and healed. But if they start to slide back behind the Padres and start to have issues, then they're going to be like, okay, if you say you're ready, we need you.
Well, the player is always, a good player is always going to feel like, hey, I'm ready to play. Even if I have I've got an ankle, or I've got a hamstring, or I've got I've got a shoulder or something, I could still go out there. I could still, put the uniform on. I could still play. I could swing the bat. I can play my position. And I think Ketel Marte is probably one of those guys that says that he can play. But can he really? And that's where
we'll find out pretty quick.
That's where the head coach has got to have some insight into Ketel Marte and say, okay, just wait. If we lose a couple games, it's not going to kill us. But if you go out there and you cost us a couple games and I have to pull you, well, now we're talking something different. You see what I'm saying? If Ketel Marte costs us,
how's he going to do that? How's he going to cost it? Like he blows a play at second base?
Well, if there's a guy on second and he can't hit, drive him in with a base hit,
or
hit
about
to the
hitting.
right side.
All right.
Well, or if he can't steal that crucial base when they need him to steal a base, or if he can't field his position and he's 2 steps slower, and the ground ball gets by him and it turns into a single, and the other team scores a run and it ends up beating you. Those are the things you've got to look at with Ketel Marte. So you've got to put him through.
Known for stealing bases?
Oh yeah. Ketel is an all-around player. He's what they call a 5-tool player, Jeff.
Gotcha. All right. Well, even with a few of his tools, maybe it's still worth putting him out there if the Diamondbacks start to slide back.
I don't think so. If the Diamondbacks are, if they are in severe trouble, and Ketel says he can play, you put him out there. But if they're just like winning a game, losing a game, that sort of thing, they probably are going to err on the side of give him more time on the IL.
Well, we got Fat Brandon tonight pitching, starting at 6:40 p.m. Diamondbacks are favored in the game, and they've got some guy named Sean Manana who's pitching. So this will be, I guess it'll be an interesting thing to see. I just,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be nervous about every game now. I think every game is going
Well-
to make me a little bit nervous.
Well, I mean, it might. It doesn't make me nervous. This team continues to grind. They continue to hold each other up, and I hope the Diamondbacks just continue to do what they've been doing is playing Diamondback baseball. Keep grinding it out. Doesn't matter if they're down 5 runs in the seventh. They find a way to come back and win games, and I think that's what the Diamondbacks need to continue to do.
So there was a moment where I saw a headline and I was like, ooh, that gives a guy like me hope. And then I realized something that I was like, oh, I don't have any hope. Here was the headline. Rich Hill got called up by the Red Sox for his 4th stint at Boston. He's 44 years old and will be the oldest person in the majors. And I was like, hey, look at that guy. And then I realized, oh, I'm not that young. I'm like 10 years older than that guy. So I was like, hey, hope for us. I'm way older than him. Never mind. There's no hope for me. Zero hope for me.
Rich Hill's a guy that could come in, help your team in a situation, maybe help your team in a spot start. He's a guy that's a savvy veteran, knows how to get strikeouts, and if he can't get strikeouts, knows how to get outs. And this is a guy that you would bring in to try to help your team stay in the game. The problem with Rich Hill, he has no velocity. I mean, if I'm a major league hitter, I'm going up there and I'm looking for an off-speed pitch in the hitting zone, and I'm going to crush it about 450 feet. So,
well, whatever the case, Rich Hill can thank the Diamondbacks because they brought him up after we swept the Boston Red Sox. So you're welcome, Rich Hill, and have fun getting shelled. Anyway, 888-368-1580. Moving on, Caitlin Clark, another record for her. She tied the rookie 3-point record when the Fever beat the Dream, and I guess they're getting maybe close to going into the playoffs, Keon?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I mean, how about that, Keon? She went down with an ankle injury last night and came back.
Yeah, she came back. She's tough. She's a competitor. And I don't think unless it was a serious injury, I don't think they were going to keep her off the court. Jeffrey's right. They have a playoff push going on. They can actually make the playoffs and try to make a run. She's kind of the missing piece that this team needed. They had, a bunch of bad years. They have multiple first and second overall picks on that roster because of how long they've been bad. But they needed that point guard to kind of pull it all together, and she's done that, and they're making it work. So they've got a really good chance of making the playoffs and maybe even going on a run once they get there.
Haven't been to the playoffs since 2016 when Caitlin Clark was still in high school. That's how long they've had to wait for her to graduate high school and college and get to the WNBA to even have a chance at these playoffs.
Yeah, and the thing is, like they've been bad. That's a testament to how long they've been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Fred.
Can I ask a question about her post game interview, calling herself soft? I mean, she twisted her ankle. I saw the ankle twist on TV on one of the highlights. I mean, is that gamesmanship, or do you think that is the way that she actually feels?
That's the way she's motivating herself.
You think that's the way she feels? Like, oh, geez, I didn't twist it that bad.
Yeah, she's really hard on herself. And when they were cruising in that game until she got hurt, and then the Dream kind of came back a little bit and made it a game. So you don't ever want to open that door for your opponent to come back and win. And when she got hurt, and it happens in basketball all the time, she is being too hard on herself. Sometimes, especially with ankles, you sprain it, you roll it, you twist it, and then you think, oh, I'm not walking again. Like it feels that bad. Mm-hmm. And then after about 20 minutes, you're like, okay, this feels terrible, but I'm good. That's what happened to her. You're not being soft. It's the initial injury is worse than what it feels like.
Well, it's also a thing, I think, for her sitting there in front of a microphone and everybody wants to hear what she has to say, where she has to put it on herself because otherwise she has to kind of point out how when she got injured and sat down, her team let these guys back in the game. So she didn't want to throw them under any kind of a bus. So she kept the focus on her. It's like, yeah, I'm soft. I shouldn't have, my ankle, blah, blah, blah.
Well, the thing is, Atlanta's just a really good team too. It's just that she's the straw that stirs the drink for that team. So it's not like her teammates did anything wrong. They need a point guard out there. There's a lot of
it does put a spotlight back on them if she went in that direction. So just focusing on her ankle and it being hard, I'm soft, whatever.
But she
doesn't have to answer any questions about that. And she doesn't have to say, well, we let them back in it, and it would sound bad. So this is actually good diplomacy on her part as well.
Yeah. But she is genuinely that kind of person where, she'll make one mistake in a game. She'll have a flawless game, one mistake, and then she'll say that I'm the reason we lost. Like that's her. That's who she is.
Big George says, my dad used to always say that as long as Nolan Ryan was still pitching in the major leagues, he felt young since they were the same age. When he finally retired at the age of 46 in 1993, Dad started to feel old. I reckon I'll feel the same way about baseball players my age as well. Well, what kind of got me was finding out that I was a year older than Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner. I was like,
as long as he was still playing, you're like, all right, yeah.
God damn it, Kurt, color that beard. You're making me feel old. Could you just, you're on TV. There's people who can help you with that. There's no reason for you to become the old gray beard right now.
Oh, no.
You're killing me, Kurt. All right, listen, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll check in with Dylan Cohen, beat the book, see how his bets last night did, see how his bets coming up tonight are going to be. And no, I'm not 68 Florida mustard. Shut your face. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Arizona Diamondbacks home in Phoenix tonight, beginning a 3-game series with the New York Mets. They trailed the Dodgers by 3 games in the NL West and are riding a 6-game win streak into tonight's contest. Eduardo Rodriguez will get the start for Arizona tonight. He's only pitched 16 innings this year, but he's 2-0. Sean Manaea, who's 9-5, will go for the Mets. Arizona getting a run and a half tonight, minus 180 on the run line. The Mets minus a run and a half, plus 150. On the money line, New York is minus 110. Arizona also minus 110. And the over-under run total is at 8.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
For free information, call 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908. Don't wait. Call now. 800-841-0908. That's 800-841-0908.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
The only thing more satisfying than a crisp fall day is a crisp fall day inside your cozy, spotless home. Right now, shop Labor Day savings on select cleaning essentials and exclusive brands from the Home Depot. Plus, with fast free delivery, you don't have to worry about running out of your favorite cleaners, paper products, trash bags, and more. The Home Depot has everything you need to get ready for a fall refresh. Get your home crisp, clean, and ready for the season with the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on over 2 million items subject to availability.
Do you know about 211 Arizona? It's a free service to connect you with resources anywhere in Arizona. housing assistance and eviction prevention, transportation and ride services, healthcare benefits, food resources, and even utility bill support. Talk to a live operator in English or Spanish 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Just dial 211 or visit 211arizona.org. Get connected, get answers, and get the help you need. This message is sponsored by 211 Arizona.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and it's time for Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. You can get a preview, play the home game, get into the inner brain thinkings of Dylan Cohen by going to 1580thefanatic.com, scrolling down, and right there on the right, you'll see Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. Click on that. It will take you to a world of enchantment. Okay, no, not really. It'll just take you to a place where you can read his betting information and, soon be able to actually listen to the podcast of his upcoming show starting next Tuesday at 2 p.m. right before the Daily Blender. It's Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. Hey, Dylan.
Hey.
What's up?
Dylan.
That's
Yes,
Randy
sir.
White.
It's Randy White here, Dylan.
Good to hear from you, Randy.
I won 88 cents on my pick from your betting show on Friday.
How did you only win 88 cents?
Well, I put $1 in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the beauty of these apps is, you can do all of this at your leisure. You can bet as little as you want or as much as you want. And, when you're looking over the revamped Beat the Book website, just make sure you skip over that post from Monday, August 26th. That was not a good day for us.
There's a revamped post because I took the one off the website here at 1580thefanatic.com.
Well, but Randy, it's been updated and it's all brand new as of like now.
Well,
go take a look at it.
I took the one. I don't know if it was updated or not, but I won 88 cents.
That's all that matters.
And I wanted you to know. Thank you.
Well, you certainly just made my afternoon because I've been beating myself up over the way things went for us last night.
Rough night at the office.
We had some pretty terrible results with the picks yesterday. Starting off with the Rockies and Marlins game, I had recommended taking the over on the total runs scored in that game. The line was at around 10 and a half. I took an adjusted over at 9.5, thinking that was going to be conservative. You have two very poor pitching teams playing in the most hitter-friendly stadium in the league. Seemed like a really great setup for a high-scoring contest, and instead we got the exact opposite. Edward Cabrera pitched one of his best games of the year for the Marlins. He had 8 strikeouts. Neither bullpen managed to give up a run, which was surprising. So, the things that we were counting on to happen in that game just didn't really shake out the way that we needed it to. Quite frankly, the bigger letdown was in the Mercury and the Liberty game yesterday. The Mercury did end up losing that one. They were hanging in there in the first half. It was tied at halftime. The bet was on Diana Taurasi, and for her to score points yesterday, her line seemed pretty low at 14.5. That's below her season average. She had 10 points at halftime yesterday. Everything was looking great. And then she just didn't really shoot the ball second half. Only took a couple of shots, didn't score any points. Ended the game with 10. Just not what we were looking for there.
Dylan,
Diana.
Dylan, can I ask how old you are right now?
I'm 31.
And Diana Taurasi is how old, Jeffrey?
How the hell would I know?
She's in her 40s.
Really trying to find the connection here.
You're 42. So
your point?
I think Dylan needs to understand how a 42-year-old feels before a professional game.
Yeah, but Randy, she's been averaging better than that for the entire season.
I know,
So
but she's 42. She probably took a nap.
Randy, she averages over 20 points per game in home games.
I know.
She's the LeBron of the WNBA. She's
saying,
been playing forever.
She's 42. I'm just saying. I've been 42. It's not beautiful.
It's not that bad. Being 42 wasn't that bad to me.
42 is not beautiful.
A lot better than being 53.
Don't say that. I haven't become 42 yet.
42 is rough. Okay,
it's really. I had a great
all of a
42.
sudden you fall asleep
I'm choosing
for
to
no
listen to
apparent
Jeffrey.
reason, and 42 is rough.
Okay. Anyways, so Dylan, what else happened to you last night?
We narrowly missed on a lot of those picks and the other bets to consider. So overall, one of the worst days for Beat the Book, and we're going to go ahead and wipe the slate clean. We've got an awesome lineup of baseball games tonight, and for the two picks that we're going to be looking to make in tonight's games, we're just keeping things really simple. We're going to be rolling with the two best teams in all of the majors. And right now that's the San Diego Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wow.
So starting off with the Padres, they are playing the St. Louis Cardinals. They're on the road. They did just defeat the Cardinals 7-4 in their previous game yesterday. And they have Dylan Cease on the mound. He is their ace. The Padres are 6-2 in Dylan Cease's last 8 starts. He's going to be going up against Miles Mikolas on the Cardinals. Mikolas has a decent record, 4-3 in his last 7 starts, but the Padres just have the edge with the pitching matchup. They certainly have the edge when it comes to the hitters. They ranked 4th in the majors for batting average in the month of August. So you can count on the Padres to win again. I'm taking them on the money line. If you want to look to play them on the run line for a bigger payout, that's not a bad play to make. But the biggest thing that I wanted to focus on for this afternoon was our Arizona Diamondbacks. And you guys covered a lot of really important details, before I got on here. But quite frankly, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, I mean, as a Diamondbacks fan, I mean, we're being disrespected right now by the national sports media.
Yeah,
and
we're used
just
to
the
it.
lack of. Well, we're used to it because, we're from here. We just expect it. And all of these institutions, it's like an instinctual bias that they have, surrounding success of Arizona sports and, letting the world know about it. But I just want to ask you guys, if the LA Dodgers did not have Shohei Ohtani due to injury, and they were also missing Teoscar Hernandez and Max Muncy, and they were dominating the majors, wouldn't they be like the talk of sports media right now?
Yeah, but the difference is the Dodgers have paid an awful lot of money for that team. So you expect them, if part of their team is injured, to continue to go along and do well. I don't think that they care about the fact that the Diamondbacks getting winged and dinged and, shouldn't be doing as well as they're doing right now with the injuries, are still thriving. So, yeah, this should be a bigger story, but it's apples and oranges when you talk about the bankroll that is behind the Dodgers.
Yes.
Well, sure. But, at the end of the day, I mean, the Diamondbacks aren't just towing the line. They are dominating the competition. They have the league best 26-8 record since the All-Star break. And if you were to look at even a different, market, a Phillies, the Yankees, you take away Aaron Judge, Anthony Volpe, and Alex Verdugo, and they're dominating baseball with a 26-8 record, the media wouldn't shut up about it. And there's so many other cities that you could, play around with this exact same scenario. All of them would get more respect than your Arizona Diamondbacks.
Dylan,
what they're doing right now is nothing short of incredible.
You've lived here your entire life, right?
I have. Jeffrey, someone's got to fight this fight.
Listen, nobody likes us. Nobody likes us. And it's just the way it's always been. People don't like Arizona for whatever reason, because we're independent thinkers and we haven't always gone the way that people have wanted us to go. Sometimes we're wrong about it. Sometimes we're right about it. But they don't like that we, do our own thing. It's a very independent kind of state. And, the other part is, they didn't give us some respect, and we went to the World Series. We had no business being there, but there we were. So, of course, they're not going to give us respect again. I can't get too bent out of shape about it, but I agree with you. I agree. We deserve better than what we get.
And don't you think flying under the radar is a little better? Anyway,
I like that better.
Well, and I would definitely agree with you on that, Keon. The thing that really kind of set me off on this was just going over some kind of deeper statistics and some numbers. What the Diamondbacks are doing right now outside of the record is still incredible. The contributions they're getting from Jake McCarthy, Eugenio Suarez, Geraldo Perdomo, all three of those guys have 25 hits or more in the month of August. They are the only team in the majors to have 3 guys on their team with 25 hits or more in this month. In addition to that, they have the second best team batting average in the majors without Ketel Marte, without Christian Walker, without Gabriel Moreno. So, when you look at this as a whole, again, no one is saying these things when they talk about the Diamondbacks. And sorry to get off on a bit of a tangent there, but, to be a lifelong fan, to not see this team, really get their props when it's due, it's frustrating. But here's the facts. This team is about to start the most important 7-game homestand that they've got throughout the year. They've got 3 games against the Mets. They've got 4 games against the Dodgers. If they happen to win out by Monday night, we're going to be in first place in the NL West. Now, whether or not that actually happens, that's besides the point. You look at the game that's going on today. When I posted my analysis online, it seemed like Eduardo Rodriguez was going to start. And then we got some good news, and Brandon Pfaadt's going to get the start instead. Do you guys know the last time the Diamondbacks lost a home game that Brandon Pfaadt started in?
No.
May 4th against the Padres. So it's been almost 4 months now where when this guy starts on the mound at Chase Field, the Diamondbacks do not lose. And once I saw that, that was good enough justification for me. But, if you want to consider the pitching matchup, Mets do have Sean Manaea on the mound. He does actually sport a fairly good record over the last couple of months, but in his last 3 starts, he's been giving up more runs than normal. He faced the Diamondbacks earlier this year, gave up 5 earned runs in a 10-5 loss. So look for the Diamondbacks to continue to roll, at least for today. Are we going to win out that Dodgers series? We'll see what happens. Would certainly help if, maybe we can get Ketel back. But, Randy did make a good point, and it does make more sense to just give him as much time as he needs with how, well we're playing right now. But you can count on the Diamondbacks to win tonight with Pfaadt getting the start.
I think maybe you guys will agree with me or not. This is the homestand that's going to make the Diamondbacks postseason run right here, because we got the Mets who are coming in to chase tonight, and they're pretty damn hot. I think on the road they're 6-4 in their last 10. They're 33-30 on the road, and I think this team is juiced to try to make a move. And the Diamondbacks are going to have to step up, and they're going to have to continue to grind out wins. And then we've got the Dodgers. And if you want to make up room in the West, you've got to beat the teams in the West. And the Dodgers, we've got them for 3 coming in right after the Mets. So this should be a good homestand for the Diamondbacks.
I feel like you've got to get 2, if not all 3 with the Mets, and then you got to split with the Dodgers at the very least.
At least take 3. At least take 3.
No, I'm saying you've got to. We almost need to sweep the Mets and take 2 out of 4 on the Dodgers. That's a 4-game thing, right?
I mean, I would agree with that, but I would also say that you need to take 3 from the Dodgers at home, and you're gaining ground. Then if you sweep,
you're gaining ground, but you get a whole ground.
Sweep
if you
the Mets
split
and the Dodgers lose, then you're gaining ground. And if you if they come into your house, and which they're going to, you've got to take 3 of 4, and you've got to start to make a move in the West. If you're going to, if that's what your plan is, that's what you got to do.
Well, Dylan
Cohen series would be ideal.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be great to win both series, but we have a better go at the Mets than we will the Dodgers. I'm just saying we need every game against the Mets to offset where the Dodgers might split with us. That's just the way I see it. So that's Dylan Cohen. Here again are the bets. He's got Padres money line versus the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks money line versus the Bets. And I'm just guessing, you got a bunch of other bets over there at Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen at 1580 The Fanatic. You've got your parlay and your other bets to consider. And I'm guessing you've got some good ones.
You are correct, Jeffrey. So don't forget to check out 1580thefanatic.com. Scroll down just on the right, click on the Beat the Book logo. That's going to take you to the new revamped Beat the Book website. You're going to be able to see all of the posts that I've ever made since we started this. So you can scroll through if you're new to the segment, want to get a feel for what kind of a bettor I am. Go ahead and take a look at that, read my analysis, and you can even actually go to the Instagram page directly from that website. Thank you for putting a button on there for that, Jeffrey. So check it out, and happy betting tonight, everyone.
All right, good luck, Dylan, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
888-368-1580. And by the way, George, your question for Dylan was just repeating exactly what I just said, so I didn't read it. I don't know if you type while I'm saying those things, or if you type before, and you and I are just on the same wavelength. But it's like you copy me, and then I'm not going to read exactly what I just said. Except for he did say that he thinks that it's because we're a flyover state from New York to L.A. and they don't focus on anything outside of the East or West Coast.
Fifth largest city, though. Like, there's no money in talking about Arizona sports. I just find that difficult to believe. I just do.
I don't know what to tell you. It's always been this way, and I don't know. I'm just kind of used to it. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we got some NBA. We got some, we got a bunch of stuff. And then, of course, we're going to get down and dirty into some NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Who doesn't love getting something for free? Labor Day deals have arrived at the Home Depot, and right now you can get a free Milwaukee 18-volt extended capacity battery, $159 value, when you buy a select tool. Get longer runtime and more battery life so you can power all your fall projects. Shop Labor Day deals and get a free battery when you buy a select tool at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in store and online.
J.D. Hayworth here, and the road to feeling better leads to my good friends Dr. William and Ava Gaspar at Beehive IV Wellness in Chandler. With both licensed nurses and physicians on staff by appointment or walk-in, Beehive IV Wellness takes a holistic, naturopathic approach that helps your body with self-healing. All of today's popular treatments are available at Beehive Wellness, from IV hydration to joint injections, even popular semaglutide for weight loss. If you haven't tried IV treatment, you're missing out on your chance to really get healthy. So look them up, make an appointment, or simply walk into Beehive IV Wellness at their Chandler Clinic, where you always get a free initial consultation. Mention me, J.D. Hayworth, get half off your first treatment. Search Beehive IV Wellness on your mobile phone. You'll thrive with Beehive.
So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with the surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
It's the sound of the fight songs, the excitement of the rivalries. It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls. It's the national rankings. College football is coming. Listen for it on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And listen, I got a lot of people now in the picks contest, but there's always room for more. And listen, you could win $1,580 for first place if you win by Harmon Solar. Listen, get on over to 1580thefanatic.com, click on the link, get in there, create yourself an ID, and all the information is at the website, has our password, has the link to get to where the Pick'em contest is. But like I said, $1,580 for first place. Not bad. Second place prize of a really amazing and very expensive diamond tennis bracelet from Diamond Dave's Desert Wholesale Diamonds. And then every week, we have the weekly prizes of Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. They got you covered with $50 weekly winner prizes. So get on over to 1580thefanatic.com, find the link to join up with us at our new place, Pool Host, where we've changed our platform. So if you haven't signed up for the new place, you are not in there. Get your butt in there. Now we're getting closer to 150 people. We had 300, so people are starting to find their way over and figure it out. But listen, if you get lost after you register for the Pool Host, come back to 1580thefanatic.com. We got the link, we got the password, we got you covered. So join us at the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest at 1580thefanatic.com. All right, so let's talk a little NBA. What was Russell Westbrook's number, like the one he likes the best? Was it 0? Because he requested 0.
Yeah, 0 is the one he's worn
right
basically everywhere. Yeah.
Well, Denver said no. You can't have 0. You can't have 0. You can't. No. And I guess he approached. He's approached people in the past, and he has been refused. I mean, he got refused in, when Christian Braun said no. And he's been, sometimes these guys will pay for it. And a lot of this has to do with their marketing, right? He's got money probably behind the number 0. He's worn 0 for all but one season in his entire career. He wore it with OKC when he was a rookie until he moved. And then he wore it with the Rockets. And he had to have number 4 when he was with the Wizards, because I guess somebody there wouldn't let him have 0, or they just didn't let people be 0.
No, I just think he was trying to rebrand a little bit when he was with the Wizards.
Oh, so that was his choice.
That was his choice. Yeah, it was like a new beginning kind of thing. That's
well,
what
he got
said.
over it.
Yeah,
because then he went back to 0 with the Lakers until he's done with them in 2023. And then with the Clippers, still 0, and now he can't get 0. With the Nuggets.
Yeah, Christian Braun is wearing the number
What's his
0.
Problem? What's Christian Braun's problem?
I don't know. He reached out to the team. Christian Braun said he'd prefer to keep it, and Russell Westbrook said okay. He didn't make a big stink about it.
Oh, there's going to be tension on this.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I mean, if it's written about, seems like there's going to be a big stink about it.
It's the off season. This is NBA off season writing. There's no tension there.
Well, then Westbrook went over to the Hunter and said, hey, Hunter Tyson says, listen, Hunter, could you be 5 and I can be 4? Because I was 4 and I can be 4 again. And Hunter Tyson's like, yeah, okay. How much you want for that? Nothing, it's free. Oh, good guy. Good guy, Hunter Tyson. Didn't charge him any money to make the switch. So now I guess Russell Westbrook will be number 4 with the Denver Nuggets.
That's pretty interesting.
Christian Braun looking kind of dickish, or
not really?
Does he have, like, Christian Braun have a bunch of marketing behind this?
No, it's not a marketing.
Is Christian Braun as big a star as Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with your number. If you were on the team first and you've got the number, if the number has any value to you, maybe it's the number you've worn your career, then you keep your number.
Remember when I bought a Dodge Challenger from Russell Westbrook?
And well, I just realized he's got a lot of cars. He could have just given Christian Braun a car in exchange for that. No, I bet Christian Braun might have done it. It's like, hey,
I
here's
guess.
a Dodge Challenger. Let me be number 0. Is Christian Braun making a lot of money?
Like a decent amount of money. He's making
But not like
NBA
tons.
money, maybe not tons of money, but I
Not
don't
like Russell Westbrook money.
But from according to Russell Westbrook, he did, it wasn't a big deal, and he was saying, don't go after Christian Braun about it. He just, they're good. So I don't know. Doesn't seem like much of a story there. And Christian Braun doesn't have to give up his number.
No, he doesn't, but good for him.
Yeah.
Just because Russell Westbrook has that face that always looks like he's upset.
Yeah, but
that face.
I mean, I think he does,
but
I think Braun should give up number 4.
It's going to get
Or
into Christian
0,
Braun's
but
head.
Why?
Well, I mean, this is, we're talking about one of the superstars of the league.
And he didn't have the number first.
Westbrook should come into the game, to the team and get whatever damn number he wants.
That's not how this works. If you had the number first, it's
hey, listen,
your number.
freshman.
Well, not like Christian Braun's a rookie.
Yeah.
Stand
but
off
even
to
if
the
you were a
side.
rookie, if you were a rookie
Jack.
on the team with the number first, it's his number.
Well, it's not your number anymore. It's mine. It belongs to me.
That's not how it works, is it?
The 5th letter agrees with Randy. He says Christian Braun is a real McA-hole for that one.
Well, that's it. See,
Give it to the
that's-
OG, you dweeb.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I don't
Let
even
this
like
guy-
Westbrook, he says.
I don't.
this guy have it.
I don't care. The rule is first come, first serve. This is all the way going back to high school. I used to wear
No,
the number
no,
33 all the time in high
no,
school.
no.
Except that they gave the number out every
No.
single game. You had to show up early and get your
No.
number. Upperclassman
No.
shows up and wants your number. Screw you, dude. I was here first. It's my number.
No.
If you want it, you're gonna have to give me something.
Niner
well, that's-
1680 says
Mhm.
Westbrook said he never asked him for it. Well, that's not true because Harrison Wind of DNVR Sports says Westbrook did approach Christian Braun about
Mhm.
taking the jersey, but the 3rd-year guard said, "No, thank you. I'll keep
Look,
my
when
0."
I was a sophomore and I went into the varsity baseball team as a sophomore, there was somebody else wearing 7. Guess what? I didn't get to wear 7. I had to wear 9.
Yeah, but that's high school. That's
'Cause the
junior high and high
senior-
school. But once you're a
senior,
professional
well,
basketball
all right,
player,
well,
we're all
Keon
grown ups and
said-
you don't have to.
We're different in your
Keon
high school
said
than my high school, man.
In high school, Keon said that it doesn't matter. Whoever has it first gets it, and that's it.
Yeah, that was a very different
Then,
kind of
then,
school.
then one day I got
senior-
there late.
Got to keep 7, and I got to keep 9. I didn't like 9, so I transferred to 4.
One day I got there late and I didn't
And
get my
then when-
usual 33. I had to switch to 13. That's my number.
Then the senior graduated. Guess what number I got? 7.
Feel like I probably should apologize for even bringing this up because Russell Westbrook's career is just about over. I don't know that it's even important for us to talk about.
Look, I mean, if
not over.
Westbrook wants
It's almost over.
4, he should walk in there and get 4.
He wanted 0, Randy.
Well,
I
he
mean-
should get 0.
Well, I disagree. Whoever,
Yeah.
first come, first serve. In they're grown-ups and they are professionals. That's why.
Oh
yeah,
my
like
God.
don't be a child. If you show
Who's
up
been
and
a
someone else
pro
has got your
longer?
number,
You're just telling the guy who
Who's-
just went not to
Who's
be a
been
child.
a pro
thought it would
longer?
help. I
That's what
thought asking politely would work.
Immediately know better mid-sentence and stop.
Who's been a pro longer?
You're right.
That's,
It doesn't matter who's been a pro longer.
that's right.
That
It
means
should.
Udonis Haslam at the end of his
What?
career could have gone on any team and asked for any number and gotten it
You're
because
damn
he
right.
played for 1.5 million years.
He
LeBron
should
could
have
just get
gotten-
whatever number wherever he
You're
goes.
and he does. Thank
There's
you.
only so many numbers though, and there's a
But
lot
he
of
does.
stars.
But he pays for it. If
Well,
he shows up
he
and
might
someone
pay-
else has got 23,
Yeah, the rest of these guys aren't even saying pay for it. They're just saying no.
well, you got to ask. It's a negotiation,
Well, no,
isn't it?
there's no asking. Hey, I'm taking your
No,
dollar.
there is
Russell
no asking.
Westbrook
The
is
number,
only
the number ain't
making-
yours.
Russell Westbrook is making under $7 million for 2 years in this new deal. So maybe he's like, I don't want to pay for this. Maybe I won't pay for this.
Yeah,
You know?
I've already worn a different number. You went to Washington, wore 4. You can wear 4 again.
Taco Kenny says, I always wore number 69 all 4 years in high school football.
Nice.
What position did you play? Well, I guess you already told me. Fifth letter says, these dudes don't have principles and morals nowadays. It's a respect thing, especially when you're a known superstar joining a squad.
It's not a respect thing. That's how it's
respect.
always
Thank
worked
you.
in this league,
Thank you,
in the
Texter.
National Basketball Association. This is not a youngster thing. When a guy's got your number,
you've got to
or the number you
earn
want,
respect, Jack.
you have to negotiate it away from him, or you
No,
don't
have
get
to
the number.
negotiate.
Yes,
Here's
you
your
do.
negotiation.
Randy,
Yes,
you
you
just
do.
argued our
Give me
point.
that
You
number 7 or else. And that was the negotiation.
What's the or else? What's Russell Westbrook going to do? What's he going to do?
The other upperclassmen on the team. We're going to.
There's no
the hell out of
upperclassmen.
them.
We're two professional adults playing as athletes.
Underclassmen.
I like
trying
in
to take
Randy's
number
world.
7.
Yeah.
Christian Braun was found upside down in a garbage can with his ass cheeks duct taped together.
Yeah,
today.
Christian Braun was shoved into a locker. Like, this is perpetual high school. They're
I would have
adults.
done that.
You don't get to walk into rooms
I
and
would
take
have
what
locked
you
him in
want
a
just
damn
because
locker.
you're a
You're
star.
damn right.
Figure it out.
Fubar
Because I'm
1000
soft.
says.
Did you just say I was soft?
No, I didn't.
Fubar 1000 says, howdy, y'all. By the way, I went to high school for 2 weeks. I think I even saw Randy out at the trees once. Walter Mellon says, correction, Keon, LeBron could not go to Chicago and rock a number 23 if he wanted.
That was my point. LeBron can't go anywhere and get whatever number he wants. So, yes, we are agreeing.
Wesso Grande says, come on, Randy. Pros need to treat their jerseys just like we treat our nicknames. You better bring up the Jack if you're going to get mine.
No.
CK says Westbrook has earned that number 0. It's his brand and a constant reminder of how many championships he'll win.
Russell Westbrook ever play for the Denver Nuggets?
Oh, that's funny.
What did he earn with the Nuggets? Nothing. He's never played for the team.
That's
You're
what
the
he's
new
trying
guy.
to say. He's a big fat 0.
But no, I don't think that Russell Westbrook's a big fat 0. The guy's been awesome. He got really close
just
to a
making
finals.
jokes.
What to LeBron in the NBA finals? What are you going to do?
Chief Skull says it's baby Westbrook. He gets whatever number someone doesn't have. Silver Pop says, good afternoon, guys. Glad I tuned in today. Sounds like you guys are done with all that fantasy draft talk. Keep it that way. Kiss my ass, Silver Pops. I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about. He says, nobody cares about your fantasy teams. You're right about that. So we're not going to talk about your fantasy teams. He says, by the way, it's great to hear Randy this hour. Maybe for the second hour, I'm willing to bet he'll be MIA for the third hour. It just depends on when he feels like getting drunk. Leave him alone. Big George says, what do you guys think of LeBron telling Bronny that he can't call him dad out on the court? But GOAT is okay. Wow.
What?
Humble much?
I'm pretty sure there's a little tongue-in-cheek
That's
there.
just a joke.
But also, don't call him dad out on the court. That's just, I don't know.
What
It
is he
makes
supposed to call
Bronny sound.
What is he supposed to call him out there? Hey,
Bron,
Hey.
like everybody else.
I don't want my kid calling me by my first name.
By your nickname, at least.
I don't have a nickname.
But
It's
no,
pretty close to my real name if I do.
You're working professionally, man. I don't know. It's it. We've
Look,
never
if-
encountered this in the NBA before, so who knows
if-
what the precedent is
If
here.
I'm coaching my son and it's not NBA, it's not MLB, he's going to call me dad.
Mr. Pink Eye says, what if you guys wore jerseys and Keon and Randy wanted the same number? Who'd get it? Well,
me.
Randy probably would get it just because he's been here longer.
See?
And we'd probably use the high school rules on this show. I would probably do that. But then Keon could say, hey, Randy, how much do you want for that? And then Randy would absolutely
Okay.
jack up the price and sell it to him.
All right. I
Or
don't want
not.
33. I never want 33.
Well, actually,
Never.
my number is 4.
A,
Four or 44. So you guys you can have anything but 4 and 44.
I would give 33 willingly.
Well, wait,
to
Randy,
Keon.
what's your number?
I don't have 33 is not my number anymore. It was
Oh.
until
All right, well, hold on. Randy, what is your number?
7.
Okay, Keon, do you want 7?
no
Okay, we're fine. I'm
Yeah.
4, he's 7, and you're what, Keon?
13.
Boom. See,
I
look at
thought
that.
it was 33, Keon.
No, 33 was the number I had until I arrived late and someone else had the 33.
Bastards.
Couldn't get the 33. I was older. Didn't matter.
See,
Can't
there's
get the
no
33.
problems. We got no problems on the Daily Blender Squad, except for the
they-
lack of talent. Chief
Listen,
Skull
if I
says,
was there, they would no longer play on the team.
Chief Skull says Bronny has to see the court in order to call him dad. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Wait,
That is a
wait.
really great point, but he might yell "Dad" from the bench.
I don't know, man. Your dad got you drafted by the team. What do you mean he can't get you on the court? That's
Vince
weird.
the Cook
No.
is 1,000,000% right. He says Westbrook's face looks like he just walked out of a gas station bathroom. It does. It does. He does have that. I just smelled a fart look.
Come on, man.
He does.
That's-
It's just a fact.
That's so
Fubar says, "Here's a hard question: who was the who paid like 50 grand to a rookie to get his number from the team he just came from?" I don't know. Well, you can't ask a question like this right before the top of the hour, Fubar. There's no way we know, so you'll have to tell us. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
The only thing more satisfying than a crisp fall day is a crisp fall day inside your cozy, spotless home. Right now, shop Labor Day savings on select cleaning essentials and exclusive brands from the Home Depot. Plus, with fast free delivery, you don't have to worry about running out of your favorite cleaners, paper products, trash bags, and more. The Home Depot has everything you need to get ready for a fall refresh. Get your home crisp, clean, and ready for the season with the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on over 2 million items subject to availability.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
When life gets overwhelming, but you just don't feel like talking, help is only a text away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available by text 24/7 to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please text HOPE to 4HOPE. From anywhere in Arizona, text the word HOPE to 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we were just kind of talking about how Russell Westbrook, he wanted to get the number 0 for his jersey when he got to the Nuggets, but the guy there is like, nah, I don't think so. I think I'm going to keep that one. And he's like, he was cool about it. He was fine. And then he's like, oh, I'll get number 4 from this guy. And this guy's like, yeah, you can have 4. I'll go have 5. It was no big deal.
But I guess it turned into a big deal on this show, and then people still talking about Russell Westbrook.
Even though Russell Westbrook was trying to be a good teammate, and Russell Westbrook did say he never asked Christian Braun for the number.
Well,
he posted that on Instagram earlier.
A reporter says he's full of crap.
So
now it's Numbergate.
I don't know if it's Numbergate so much as maybe Russell Westbrook asked Christian Braun. Christian Braun said no, and then Russell Westbrook, in an attempt to not start anything, just said, "Hey, no, it's not a big deal. You know, he didn't do anything. He's got number 0. I've got 4. We're all good."
Russell Westbrook's a liar,
but he's lying. He's lying to basically protect his teammate.
Fish Tank says, "I always thought Russell Westbrook kind of looked like a duck."
No,
okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't really see it, but if you think so,
no, I think that Kiss the Cook had it right, where it just looks like he smelled a fart. He just has that perpetual I smell the fart face.
The worst fart.
Yeah, oh. Silver Pop says, "I said this before, guys. Westbrook's face looks like a live action character from the Goon Squad on Space Jam." Oh my god. He's right. He's right. A little bit. Just a little bit.
The Charles Barkley one. Whichever one steals Charles Barkley's powers. That's the one he looks like.
That's Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Fubar 1000 says, "Oh, I meant to say wide receiver. Stupid spell check. Jeffrey, I was wondering if you remembered that from about 5 yeets ago." Let me just ask you, yeets, do you type yeet so much that you just got years spell check to yeets?
Because the
I still don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
no.
Spell check is kicking your ass today,
Yeah.
man. Just all over the place.
Big George says, "Jeffrey, you can 4 and you can have 44 as long as they have 8 or 88. Even numbers is my lucky number." George, you're not on this team. You know what I'm saying? We have nicknames for the 4th dimension. We're not issuing jersey numbers.
Yeah.
Then I got to type those in next to everybody's names, and people are going to fight over numbers. Yeah, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Thank you.
A couple days ago, people got upset. And I guess Magic Johnson got upset with Anthony Edwards. Remember we were talking, and Anthony Edwards was saying Michael Jordan was the only talented player from the 90s. And this whole thing
Magic Johnson was listening to our show?
No.
Yes. And so Magic Johnson
angry?
finds out that Anthony Edwards is saying these things. And here was somebody asked him about it. And his response was, I don't ever respond to a guy that's never won a championship.
Then why are you on Twitter?
Because somebody was asking him about it.
Ah.
A person asked him in an interview in person about it. He says there's nothing,
but he's not,
because he was asked a question, Randy.
He wasn't responding to, he said, "I don't respond to a guy." So he's responding to the reporter's question.
Right. He says there's nothing to say, really. He didn't win a college championship. I don't even know if he won a high school championship. So I never respond to a guy who's never won a championship. I guess that's one good way to put it. Anthony Edwards should have never said that out loud with his mouth.
It's just, I wouldn't have, as a basketball player, of all the people to not know the history of the game. You look dumb.
He's also wrong in his opinion on that. So not only are you wrong about your opinion, now you've pissed off all the OGs who occasionally you're going to run into sitting courtside at a game, and they could have been your best pal. Now none of these guys will ever give you great advice that you really, really would have wanted.
I bet Dr. J would say, "Look, bro, I kind of see what you're saying, but come on, man."
No,
why would you pick up the phone and do that?
Dr. J would say, "You're a million percent wrong."
Yeah, Dr. J.
Like,
Dr.
I'm
J
one of
would
these
say,
untalented people you were talking about.
Dr. J in the
Come on, man.
60s completed arguably the most skilled layup ever.
Well, I know all that. I'm
not saying this to you,
said
Randy. I'm
the
saying
people who played then had no skill except for Michael Jordan.
that is just a guy who grew up on documentaries about.
I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would probably look, bro, I've got a heart condition. I'll probably die soon, but I mean, I could get what you're kind of saying, but
None of these
Really?
guys are going to get what he's kind of saying, Randy. They're all going to be pissed off. He's insulted every one of them.
I feel like they
Why would they ever
though.
pick up the phone and talk to him for this? Like, why?
I feel like they would.
The basketball players are petty people. I just think that, look, I just think it's sad, and probably maybe, I don't know, like a consequence of just the way we talk about players. Like, if you didn't win a championship, you don't matter in the history of the game, is the way that a lot of guys get talked about. And the result is that there's so many great players who just get wallpapered over. And then, of course, a lot of when we talk about the greatest of all time, the buck stops with Michael Jordan. So it means we don't even talk about the guys in the 80s or the 60s or the 70s who are great, who built the foundation of this game. It's absolutely disrespectful, in addition to being potentially the dumbest thing I've ever heard a professional basketball player say.
Steve Kerr,
dumb as hell.
Steve Kerr played in the 80s, right? 80s and 90s?
More 90s.
More 90s, yeah.
Okay, he would probably say, I mean, I get what you're saying.
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't. He
None
played
of them
alongside.
would.
He played
None of them
along.
would.
No, because here's the thing. There is no I get what you're saying. You're wrong.
I think there
There
is.
is no
I think-
under. What?
Nobody
No.
gets what he's saying
What?
because he's 100
He-
million
he-
percent
He
wrong,
said
Randy.
that everyone
What
but
about
Michael Jordan was
Wilt?
unskilled. What is
Wilt?
there to get what he is saying?
Will Chamberlain, what did he do?
You're right. What did he do?
Yeah, he only scored 100 points in a basketball game, but sure,
In one
just
night.
just absolutely unskilled. It's just insane to me what you would have to ignore to have that opinion.
Ignore? I mean, these guys are just going to go, I mean, I kind of get what
They'll
you're saying.
never say they kind of get it.
They
Randy.
won't
They
ever
will
say
never
that.
say
And the reason they won't say that is like Steve Kerr, for instance. Steve Kerr can't say I get what you're saying because he played alongside Michael Jordan.
Rudy
and-
Tomjanovich
and
would
Scottie
say,
Pippen.
I kind of understand maybe.
And Dennis Rodman's the greatest
0%
rebounder
of
ever.
anybody. Random texter says, Jeffrey, maybe this number thing for the texters could be lucrative for you. You know, highest bidder kind of thing. How much money do you think we should charge to give somebody
To give someone a number? Oh,
I mean, listen, I have Kurt Rambis on my side, always.
Nope, I don't think you do. Random
Yes, I do.
texter, how much would you pay to have that number? Here's what we do. A donation to Arizona Sports Angels, and I will give you your number. I just don't know what that donation should
What's
be.
his number?
I am told that the charity needs some money to buy some equipment for a school. So
What if his number is 4?
No, you can't have 4, 7, or
13.
13.
Why not?
Random texter says he'd donate $10 for number 24. I don't know. What should be the minimum amount be? Donation to get a number.
$250.
I don't know.
What? $215? That's very specific.
250.
250? I don't know. That seems a bit silly. I don't know.
It seems like an awful lot for
It's
not
20 too
a
much,
thing
or-
that actually
Okay.
exists.
All right. What about
Is-
300?
Is 20 too much, or do you think $10 is fine? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how to price this.
$100. 300.
You are pricing this like Dr. Evil prices.
What?
Nobody's
One
nobody's
What are
paying
you
$300
talking about?
to
For a
have their
number?
number.
For a number you can own
On the
for the
text
rest
line?
of your life?
You don't own the number though. Where,
Yeah.
do,
You're
where
like,
do we put
no,
it? How
you're
do
like,
you
oh,
prove that you have it?
$10, you can have whatever number you want, except mine.
Big George says, I thought maybe Hall of Fame texters could get a jersey number, but no worries. I'm happy either way.
No.
Yeah, we're going to be
I don't know.
we're going to be greedy.
If you pay for a number from us, we'll
$300.
take your money, but I respect you a little less.
We can't really expect lots of it. I think if you give a donation to Arizona Sports Angels,
that'll have my respect.
Yeah, and then you get your number.
$1,500 to Arizona Sports Angels.
Beer Bob says number assignment for the fourth dimension would be really easy. Hall of Fame texters get first pick. And if I wasn't such a nice guy, I'd say the rest can go F themselves. But since I am a nice guy, I'll let them duke it out amongst themselves. Well, Beer Bob, I think we might do this as a donation kind of thing. CK says, what I understand is Randy is already hammered. How can you tell? Kiss the Cook says, I got it. Since Westbrook has a fart face look, if he calls in the blender, we can give him the moniker of Whole Note. None of that made sense, Kiss the Cook. That didn't make any sense. No,
He's calling me hammered.
No, it wasn't him. It was somebody else. All right. Anyway, so we got to move on. I'll think about this whole thing. Maybe doing donations to Arizona Sports Angels. Big George says, so Keon, if I donate $20 to Arizona Sports Angels and I ask for number 8, would you respect me?
Well, yeah, because the money is going to a good cause.
He says, let's do it. Is there a website to donate? Well, there
No.
is. What do you know? ArizonaSportsAngels.org.
Absolutely.
How are you going to do it on the website? There's no place to say.
Are you
I
high?
want number 8.
No, you put a note in it.
There's a little note.
In a note?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Randy.
I want number
when you
8.
donate, there's a text box.
Can
yeah, you go to
imagine?
Arizona Sports Angels. You click on the donate
Can
money
you-
thing,
Can
and
you
then when you go
imagine?
to PayPal, then
Oh
when
my
you actually
God.
send it, you can make a little note. And if it doesn't have that ability, email me. And you say, hey, I just donated some money to Arizona Sports Angels. I want number whatever. Take care of you that way. So however else it works, yes, you can, Randy. Yes, you can. Lost Toby is now bidding. He says, I'll pay $21 for the number 8.
Oh boy.
Kiss the
the
cook.
8 and 24s are going to be a lot. Yeah.
Kiss the cook says 0-0. I want 0-0. Chosen One says, did you already discuss the Cardinals releasing? Yeah, Ritter. Yeah, we mentioned that in the. We're going to talk more in depth about football here in a minute. Fifth Letter says, I want number 824. I feel like that's a pretty safe number, to get. Cool Hand Brandon says, you can get jerseys with Daily Blender logos on them with text or nicknames on the back and a number of choice for $125. $50 of it goes to the charity. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. We make some jerseys for the Daily Blender. Text or nickname goes in the back. Your number on the. Oh, that's that's a great idea. Cool Hand Brandon's working it. That's a good idea. I like this idea. Silver Pop says the number 8 is just the number 0 with a really tight belt around his waist.
If that's how you want to think about it, I mean,
yeah, whatever works for you, man.
No one's stopping you.
Ooh, I could. Should we design hockey jerseys or football jerseys for Daily Blender numbers for the 4th dimension?
I like football a little bit better, so my vote is football.
Well, I mean, what colors would it be?
I don't know. Whatever I feel like, because it's going to be the Daily Blender logo.
Would it be like blue and gold?
I don't know. No, probably not. I don't know.
Black and red.
I'll have to work that out. It's probably going to be black and orange. I don't know. Yeah,
Black and orange.
Well, you've seen the logo, Randy.
What kind of orange? Burnt or
go to 1580thefanatic.com. And that's more of a yellowish on the emoji, but I'm talking about the Blender.
Oh, the actual with the fish and the
like on the
blender.
front page
Black
of 1580thefanatic.com, the Blender there is black, white, and it has these little blue fishies.
Why
but
couldn't
generally,
it be,
it is the Blender is black and white with little orange goldfishes in there. So that's why
purple and orange. Purple and
how about
orange.
no? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll work on some designs and then we'll see what's what. Hefty Lefty says, can I have number 1? I love being the big guy with the skinny guy number when I played football. Well, yeah. I mean, I think you can have whatever number you want with the right amount of money for donation. Fish Tank says, all this number 8 talk is going to upset Troy Aikman again, Big George says, I'll up you, Lost Toby, $25. No, he's bidding for a number he didn't even care about. Kiss the Cook says, Jeffrey, where does the fart come from? Me, like every day, like all the time during this show. I am constantly blasting ass. Silver Pop says, Jeffrey, hockey in the desert does not work. Okay. Pink Coyotes, go with footballs. Yeah, I know, but I love my hockey sweaters. I love them, jerseys.
You mean hockey in the desert doesn't work?
Well, Randy, we just lost our team, so
we lost our team. But how many players are from Arizona?
Yeah, but how many more players will be from Arizona if we don't have a team here to inspire the youngins? You know what I'm
We'll have
saying?
to wait and see.
Lost Toby says, I also don't care for numbers 8, $30. I'll bet. Yeah, okay. The bidding can continue somewhere else. Take this to Twitter. Fifth Letter says, I say you do basketball jersey. You can wear those year round, winter, summer. He's not wrong. And I bet they're cheaper. I bet they're cheaper to make.
Football.
Or we just let the person decide. I can make a version of a basketball jersey, a football jersey, or a hockey sweater. And then let the person decide.
What about baseball?
We could do that. So I don't know. I need to go to the drawing board here, and we'll put it together. We'll see what it costs, and then we'll say, hey, if you buy this thing online, X amount of money goes to the charity, and then you get yourself a jersey. That's a pretty good idea. If people are like really digging this idea,
it's a very good idea.
I'll put some pictures up online where you get to see what it looks like. Hefty Lefty says, last time we got to choose our jersey, it didn't really pan out too well. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Hefty? Did we do a thing in the past I've forgotten about? Oh, he's talking about Nick LaCapria. You suck. Big George says, correction to that last texter. Coyotes moved to Salt Lake City. Utah, also a desert. So there is an NHL team in a desert. Also, the Las Vegas desert. So tell me again how hockey doesn't work in the desert.
He's just talking about us.
Yeah, it's not working in our desert right now. It's just a little sad. Moving on, I guess Patrick Mahomes has pled guilty to felony DWI charges. He's just getting probation, plea dealed out.
Patrick Mahomes Sr.
Yeah, his dad. That's what I said. Third-degree felony, would have had 10 years in prison if convicted. So he did a nice little plea deal, and he will be on the probation. And I'm surprised that they were so lenient, because this is like the second time he'd done this. He did this in Texas in 2018, and he's spent about 20 weekends in jail on that one. So, listen, I don't think getting a DUI means you are evil. I think you've made a horrible mistake. Getting additional DUIs, and that could mean you're a jerk, or maybe you need some help and maybe need to deal with some stuff. So whatever's going on in that family, it seems to have passed over Patrick Mahomes
and went right to his younger brother, Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. He's a lightning rod for the bad behavior gene, I guess. So, all right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got more sports stuff to talk about. And as soon as we can, we'll jump into some NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save me, as I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me. Shoulders separating.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'd rather ride a bike with my kids.
I'd rather play catch with my dog than catch pneumococcal pneumonia.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. If you are 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like heart disease or asthma, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'd rather race for some ice cream. Let's go.
Schedule your vaccination today at Prevnar20.com. Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
With the first pick. Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted. Summer means minicamp, OTAs, then pre-season. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news you need to know about the NFL offseason. If it's the NFL, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Let's clean up the text line so we can move on to the next thing. Lost Toby thinks there should be gold Blender Hall of Fame jackets. Yeah, sure, I ain't paying for them. Chief Skull says, I just donated for number 27. $27 for number 27. So stop talking about donating and do it. Oh my God, Chief Skull. Thank you. So now Chief Skull, I'm going to type it in here. And Chief Skull is now number 27. So I got to go into his name thing here. And I wonder if it works with a number sign here. Number 27. First person that actually donated and got their number. Wow, cool. Arizona Sports Angels, thanks you. This was a very impromptu thing. I didn't plan on it, but there you go, Chief Skull. Hefty Lefty says, Salt Lake is a desert? Wow, I learned something today. If George says it is, I wouldn't doubt him, but he might be wrong. I don't know. Rainy City Bitch Pigeon says, afternoon, gentlemen. Jeffrey, can you make me one of those knockoff jerseys where the numbers and letters are ironed on? I'm on a budget. Yeah. I'm not buying everybody anything. In fact, I'm not buying any of you anything. But what we might do is set up a thing where you can buy it and then the proceeds go to Arizona Sports Angels. But I bet we could have, we could do the following: T-shirt version, jersey version, whatever sport version. I imagine we could probably work that out with some sort of a website thing. Ralph was telling me about some merchandising website kind of thing. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to charge people for nothing. But then I'm like, well, but if it's for charity, that's a whole different thing altogether, isn't it? And, school is back in session and, Arizona Sports Angels is busy trying to help kids out with equipment. We just donated, delivered 100 pairs of different size cleats to a program up in Globe where all those kids needed some cleats for, baseball and football. And, one of the other things we like to do is we want to buy playground equipment, footballs, basketballs, those big rubber dodgeballs that if you see a picture of it, you can hear it in your head. Bang, from getting hit in the face with it when you play dodgeball. I mean, how are kids going to get hit in the face if we don't go ahead and donate some dodgeballs? So anyway, that's what we need the money for, is because we get the money, we turn around and buy the balls, and we take care of the people. So that is something I think is worth sorting this out for. So numbers, yes. So anyway, and yeah, I guess Chief Skull proved that there is a thing where you can. There's not a thing where you can do a note. Oh, okay. So you'd still have to email me and let me know. Fish Tank says, this segment has been brought to you by Fish Tank, your number one Uber connoisseur after drinking 12 beers. Okay, Fish Tank and
Keon kind of wandered off together after I left the remote on Friday. So did you guys did he put down 12 beers?
I think in total for the whole
right
thing. I didn't see the first few, but there were three more after everybody was gone, and we were just still talking about music and football and stuff.
And good for Fish Tank because he did use the responsible transportation.
Absolutely smart.
Random texter says betting was going to too high for number 24, so I donated $10 and hoping to get my 0-0. I put my money where my mouth is, so let's go fourth dimension. And if you do the jersey thing, I'd be glad to buy one of those as well. All right, so random texter just donated $10 to Arizona Sports Angels for the number 00 for double zeros. All right, I will put that in your thing too. So what is like $10 the bare minimum for a number? I thought we were still trying to sort that out.
I don't know. I don't feel good pricing anything. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying there needs to be like at least a standard. I don't know. Big George says hockey does work in Arizona. You just need a competent owner who's willing to build a stadium that doesn't rely on taxpayer money. Coyotes never had that. If we had an owner like that billionaire Mormon guy in Utah, we'd still have a team. So tell me again, hockey doesn't work in Arizona. Well, we know it can. We're just now feeling like kind of bad about it.
It's not that it doesn't work or can't work. It's just a little pessimism. You're just a little bummed out. There was a team here and a fan base that loved it, and now it's gone.
Silver Pop says, yes, you can put a note in there when you're donating. I put Blender donation for number 27. Oh, okay, cool. So then when my wife starts to see all this and she's like, what's going on? Now she'll know. Silver Pop says, whether it's a desert or not, it's still, and I'll say this in caps, did not work in the desert. So stop being a Ralph. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand myself.
Random texter, appreciate it. Hefty Lefty says, boom, I just donated $25 for the number 1. All right. Hefty Lefty has the number 1, jumped on that quick, and he got it for a $25 donation to Arizona Sports Angels. Thank you, Hefty. That's really cool. So now I'm putting in there number 1. Doom. Done. Simple as that. 888-368-1580. Moist One says, I'm late. What's happening? Where do I go to donate? Well, you go to ArizonaSportsAngels.org. But what do you want your number to be? I think I know what you want your number to be, but we'll go ahead and play the game. Oh, I was wrong. He says 12.
Wow.
Okay.
I would never have guessed. If you gave me a million guesses, I would have wasted all a million on the one number we're all thinking about.
So Kiss the Cook says, wait, WTF? What? Because he wanted the number 00, but random texter just ran in and put in the number 00. So he first come, first serve, I guess, unless you guys want to talk about it. Swazman says the Coyotes alienated everyone from the East Valley, especially Mesa, because they took the arena in Glendale. What they should have done is gone to America West Arena downtown, and that would have worked. Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, they did. Listen, there was a lot of mistakes made, and I agree. Going to Glendale was not a great way to do this, but they were still doing okay there. If they'd have paid the damn rent, they'd have paid the money and not tried to mess around, they'd still be there.
Let's be honest. That was the biggest mistake. That was the one that doomed them, not paying the rent. Like that's because no one's going to work with you at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was they wouldn't work with the city of Glendale. That's
right.
the problem.
They owed them $1 million, which if they just paid that, they could have taken their time and tried to find land and try to find a place to do what they had to do.
They could have figured this out. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It was just everything was badly done, but that didn't mean hockey didn't work. They always had good crowds. Maybe they didn't have the best team all the time, but they always had good crowds. So anyway, moving on, O.J. Simpson, I don't know if you know this or not, but he got cremated after he passed away, and now he's jewelry.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
No,
His
I-
lawyer says that his remains have been made into cremation jewelry, and they've given that to his 4 kids. Fred Goldman probably was like, "We need jewelry. What jewelry?" And they're like, "It's cremation jewelry." He's like, "Forget it. You can have it."
yeah.
Then I wonder if it could have been worth money. You know what I'm saying? Could have gone towards
probably.
Yeah. They do that now where they'll take your ashes and mix it in and make fake diamonds and stuff. So yeah, let that sink in. 4 kids, Sydney, Justin, they're both under the age of 10 when their mom was murdered by their dad and or somebody. And well, now they're in their 30s. And then, but see, OJ also has older kids, Arnell and Jason, from his first wife, Margaret. So yeah, it would be interesting to hear these kids' opinions on this jewelry. You know, do you think they wanted it?
I
you think they're going to wear it?
I couldn't tell you.
Did they think their dad was innocent or guilty of killing their mom?
That's really the big question, because I don't know. Like, if that, it all depends on that. If they think he's innocent, then they probably wear it. If they think he's guilty, I don't know that that's something they even want.
Hefty Lefty says they should have put all the remains in the glove that didn't fit. Moist One says, how many cuts are on an OJ? How many cuts are on an OJ diamond?
No, no.
Oh,
no.
Man. By the way, I mean, I think this is something that should be chosen by the child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to make my kids take a ring or a necklace made out of my dead carcass. But if they say, hey, I want to have some of my dad's ashes made into this, well, then that's them choosing it. And then I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Take grab a spoonful or whatever you need. Whatever you need. I don't know how it works. And so, you know, but yeah, I don't want to impose that on people. Like, after I die, everybody start the entire 4th dimension is going to get a little envelope.
Thanks for being a super fan.
They're like, oh, Jeffrey died, and now he's sending me jewelry made of his ashes. They open up the envelope. Nope, just his ashes. Just his ashes.
Don't go to the beach and open that envelope. Don't.
Oh God, I should have waited till I got home. So yeah, I'm not doing that. Although now I'm kind of thinking of it. Sending just like a little teeny teaspoon, what is the smallest little scoop you can get? You know what I mean? Like, one of those. I don't know what they're called.
I don't know what they're called either. Tablespoon. I don't know.
Teeny teaspoon. So, yeah. OJ jewelry. Donnie says OJ's son did it. I don't think so. They were under the age of 10 when it happened. Unless you're talking about his older son. I don't know.
Who made the decision to get the jewelry, maybe?
Oh, you mean, I don't know. I think he murdered.
No, I don't think so.
Chief Skull says, I love my parents, but I don't want human remains jewelry. That's just wrong. Fish Tank says, ironically enough, the OJ jewelry did not fit. Big George says, how much do we have to donate to Arizona Sports Angels to get some cremated remains of Jeffrey O'Brien and jewelry? He's like, $50? I think it'd be more than that. I don't know how much the actual jewelry costs. And then we'd have to mark it up, so the charity gets something. But I'm not dead yet, so sorry, dear. Charity's going to have to wait a while. All right, so I'm going to be heading to England in October, for a bit, and if I could find this, I would go and watch this. I don't care about fake wrestling, right? I just can't. But this is something. This is wrestling, but it's amateur wrestling, just a bunch of party goers in England, and they get dressed up all fancy. Some of them get dressed up in costumes. Some people wear a little tie, that fancy English dress. Some people wear this or that. But the whole thing happens when they wrestle in 528 gallons of gravy. That's right. World Gravy Wrestling Championships at a pub in England.
What kind of gravy?
Brown gravy.
Brown?
Yeah, just gravy.
So is
528
that-
brown
Is
gravy.
that like mushroom gravy?
I don't know. Is it beef or chicken? I think it's beef. All I know is it's gravy. And this gravy wrestling contest started in 2007, and the male and female winners, they get like $66 and a trophy, and that's it. But the whole thing,
$66.
Mm-hmm. It's just the fun of like, I won the gravy wrestling championship, and it's all fun, and people it's crazy. People in hot dog costumes out there wrestling around. This is fun. This I'll go watch. I ain't gonna go watch fake wrestling.
Well,
I ain't gonna go watch that.
You're
But
going to go
this-
to a pub and watch gravy wrestling?
in Rosendale, Lancashire. And it's at the Rosen Bowl pub. And yes, I'm going to watch this. A guy in a fancy dress jumps in the gravy and starts wrestling a dude in a hot dog guy outfit. Another guy in a chicken outfit. It's completely yes. Yes, I'll go to this. By the way, coming up very shortly, we have tickets. We have tickets for ASU football games. But we also have tickets for midget wrestling.
Oh,
midget wrestling that's happening on September 30th.
Can you say?
Yes, I can.
He's just been saying it the whole time. It's just it is almost not a day that it goes unsaid. I would prefer not, but nobody cares what I think. So this is where we're here. We're here now saying it.
I care less about what you think when you say nobody cares what you think. Because I do care about what you think. And then when you say nobody cares what you think, now I care less about what you think.
That's true. That's true, Keith.
Probably shouldn't say that.
Fair enough.
Micro wrestling. Is that better? I feel like it's not better.
Wrestling.
I feel like midget's better. But okay. The biggest little show on earth, Micro Wrestling All-Star Showdown.
Wrestling.
It's on Saturday, September 30th, 8 to 10 p.m. over at the Stratus Event Center on Indian School. And they say, I'll read it like they do. Get ready for a night of jaw-dropping action filled with laughter, high-energy performances, and unforgettable memories. These pint-sized athletes may be small in stature, but they pack a punch. Witness mind-blowing flips, gravity-defying moves, and intense rivalries. Whether you're a die-hard wrestling fan or simply looking for a night of thrilling entertainment, this event is not to be missed. They'll keep you on your feet screaming from the opening bell. Mark your calendar. September 30th at the Stratus Event Center in West Phoenix for the biggest little showdown on earth. Micro Wrestling All-Star Showdown.
That was me. That was Micro Wrestling.
Yeah, I know, but I got to read the thing. I read the thing. So anyway, is micro wrestling less offensive to midgets?
Yeah, I think that's probably better.
On account of they haven't said that offends them, and the other word does. Yeah,
sounds cool.
So I should call them micros.
Micro wrestling.
Until someone tells you that they don't want to hear that, then sure.
Is it like when I call people the pores?
No, that's different. I mean, probably still hurtful, but
Big George says, Jeffrey, the ACLU midget division is on line 1. I don't think they'd have a division called the midget division.
Don't think that's how that would work.
Quiet Cannon says, hey, Jeffrey, maybe you could set up a little mashed potato concession at that gravy wrestling event. Mashed potatoes and gravy. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, but I don't think you want to eat any of the gravy after people have been wrestling around in it. Silver
That's
Pops
true.
says, Jeffrey, you watching wrestling and gravy, watching gravy wrestling and refusing to watch real fake wrestling is equivalent to refusing to watch pickleball, but watching actual tennis. I'll watch actual tennis. Pickleball is just dumb as hell, though. It's not real tennis. You really just sort of made my point for me. The Jet says, I want midget wrestling tickets. I got friends in town from back home, and I'd love to take them. All right, well, we're not doing it today. So keep listening, Jet, for your chance to win micro wrestling tickets.
Micro wrestling.
It's a bunch of midgets. Chief Skoll says that's what they tried to say the river in France was. Oh, it's just brown gravy with some serious lumps. Beer Bob says, mark me down for number 16 and I'll donate as soon as I can. Well, Beer Bob, once you do, number 16 is yours. T-Licious just sent me a picture Hold on. It says this is for Mr. Minnesota. Who's Mr. Minnesota? Do we have a Mr. Minnesota? Is that Neil? Is Neil Mr. Minnesota from the Weekend Warriors?
I mean,
or Don?
he
thought
is-
that was
he is
Jack.
Donnie.
from Minnesota, but I don't know.
I thought
There-
Mr. Minnesota was Jack.
Oh well, they don't know Jack.
Hmm.
I don't mean that in a rude way. You don't know
Yeah.
Jack. No, we had a guy
Yeah,
working
yeah,
here named Jack.
Guy named Jack. Yeah,
No, but
you
Donnie,
don't know.
or Chief Skull, but the front of the shirt says, "Why are the Vikings the color purple?" And the back of the shirt says, "Well, if you'd been choking for more than 50 years, you'd be purple too."
Oh no! Oh no!
That is
Oh,
spectacular.
that's the meanest thing that I've heard about
Mm.
football today. Wow. Wow. I like that.
That is savage and amazing.
Choking.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, if you can believe it, back in my hometown, Springfield, Illinois, when I was 15 years old, I went to Lanifer High School wrestling gym and I saw Dick the Bruiser versus Dusty Rhodes, classic wrestling. I don't know
Dusty
what any of
Rhodes.
that means, but yeah,
American
okay.
Dream. Death of Rhodes.
That guy.
I remember going to the high school gym there and wrestling. And listen, I think I beat my opponent. I think I blanked him. And Death of Rhodes out.
Swazman, who really won? I'd like to know. All right, we got to
Dusty
take a
Rhodes.
break. We'll get back to your text. I'm trying to do this show, but well, let's see what happens. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
For free information, call 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908. Don't wait. Call now. 800-841-0908. That's 800-841-0908.
Joey, let's get some drive-through.
Yeah, bro.
Food. I'm gonna have to ask you to step out of the car, sir. Joey, let's get some drive-through, man.
Let's order delivery instead.
If you feel different, you drive different, and driving high is a DUI. If you think no one can tell you're high, think again. Your friends, family, and especially law enforcement can see right through it. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high and get a DUI. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Hey, sweetie, what you doing? Looking around for jobs. Offices, 9 to 5. I don't want anything boring.
You know, Brian's daughter's in the Phoenix Police Academy. Pretty sure she's not bored.
I never thought of that.
Check out joinphxpd.com and take a look.
Over 80 specialty details like detective and canine handler. What else? Dignitary protection, 911 operator. They have aviation and dive team jobs? What?
Rise to serve. Find more today at joinphxpd.com. Protect and serve with the elite.
Sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
Right now, Dustin Rhodes recruiting.
I don't know how that guy is going to recruit people.
Call me 1-800 Dustin Rhodes.
Today's blender here on 1580, the Fanatic. Donnie is all butthurt over the Minnesota Vikings joke from earlier. He's like, "Wow, original content. Haven't heard that one before, idiot."
Donnie, it's what we refer to in this business as evergreen. It's
And-
always
and
funny
true.
and true. You just 0-4 in Super Bowls. It's funny. It will never not be funny.
Oh, wow. Lost Toby just donated $28 to Arizona Sports Angels at arizonasportsangels.org for the number 10. So I'll go ahead and put that in there right now for you, Lost Toby. The number
I'm number
10.
7. I donated $7 for 7.
You didn't need to do that, Randy. You didn't need.
I did
You're
it,
part of the
yeah.
show, so.
Oh no, I did it. No.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the $7.
Hope they get some rubber balls out there and
That is good for.
cleats
Yeah,
and,
no, listen, it's good. Listen, every
stuff.
dollar counts. It's yeah, that is good for some sports equipment for sure. My wife will do this thing where somebody needs some footballs or basketballs and stuff, and there's a place where you can get those nice ones too for $5. So every $5 is worth one ball for a kid. So Kiss the Cook says micro wrestling. 3 feet little people in 2 feet of gravy. Okay, I'm sorry. I think we're confusing two stories. One is the micro wrestling event we're going to give away tickets for that is happening on September 30th. The other thing was just a gravy wrestling thing that happens in England that I'm sorry I missed. I wish I could have gone to go see that. Well, when is that?
It's already happened? Or
Yeah, it's a good thing. I think they already had it. Yeah. I think they just had it. So I just missed it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Mr. Pink Eye says, will the wrestling ring be made inside of a mini pool? No, it's an actual ring with the turnbuckles and the thing and everything. Kyle G says, micro wrestling. Huh?
Micro wrestling.
Beer Bob says, for the micro wrestling, yeah, is that a full-size ring or is it a micro ring? Also, is Kyler Murray going to be special guest announcer?
No, he's not there.
No, you know what? I saw a little video on it. I really didn't pay attention to see if it's a smaller ring or not. It might be.
He's not there.
Now here comes the Kyler Murray jokes.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Silver Pop says, as an Arizona Cardinals fan of Kyler Murray, flames out. He could be a micro wrestler, you know. I nominate his name to be the Chicken Hawk. Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, I'm not exactly sure what I'm donating to or for, but I'll donate $23 for the number 23. Thank you, Swave Dave. That's for arizonasportsangels.org. Arizona Sports Angels. We get sporting goods equipment to Title IX schools and to kids who are in need. That's what we do. I was not expecting to turn this into a telethon today. This was all very impromptu. And now, Swave Dave, when you do, you will be number 23. Thank you for that. 888-368-1580. Let's see here. T-Licious says, Donnie, I'm who Donnie meant. I couldn't remember his name. Yeah. T-Licious was the one with the Viking. Don't blow the whistle on him. Why are you blowing the whistle on him?
No, that's 2 minutes.
For
what?
They didn't have their stuff together. They didn't know what was going on.
T-Licious does not get a penalty. T-Licious put up a very funny joke. And, Donnie can have the 2-minute penalty.
Right,
Puff Dulcie says, with OJ gone, there's no one to find the real killers now. That is, okay, now why are you blowing the whistle, Randy?
OJ.
No.
OJ's automatic 2 minutes.
But we brought it up.
But are
OJ, no, he didn't. He didn't automatically bring it up as somebody else did on the text line. And so
we talked about OJ
automatic,
earlier in the show.
Automatic. You know what, Keon? 2 minutes.
I'm revoking Randy's power to blow the whistle. For the rest of the show.
I got all the mic buttons in front of me. Is all I'm looking at right now. That's a view from where I'm sitting.
No.
Puff Dulcie, you're fine. You're fine. Moise one says, I should have went for ball and sent you $15. That's all right, Moise one. That's all right. Chief Skull, for some reason, sent a picture of the guy from Arrested Development in the shower crying. I'm not sure why. That's right.
Yeah, they caught a Viking stray.
Yes, because of friendly fire to Vikings. Sorry, Chief Skull.
All right, we'll take that, Pat.
Kiss the Cook says, so win tickets to Vegas for a little entertainment. No, this is not for Vegas. This is
Little
this is for
entertainment.
Phoenix.
I get that. Yep.
You give me a headache with that whistle.
It's a lot.
Sorry.
Swazman says, he's just damn determined. He says, can I ask Dusty Rhodes a question?
Sure.
How's Dusty Rhodes still doing interviews even though he's dead?
Listen, Dusty Rhodes has a way to talk through the dirt, and Dusty Rhodes has a way to speak to the other dimensions. Dusty Rhodes is a multi-dimensional wrestler. Dusty Rhodes has a way to enact myself into multi-dimensions. Dusty Rhodes has a way to always speak to everybody, depending on what their problems are. What is your problem? Dusty Rhodes could talk to you.
Well, there you go. Ringless Joe says, I have $150 staked on the Lions to beat the Rams. Specifically to beat the Rams. That's going to be a good. That's going to be a good game. That'd be a good. I don't know.
$100. Yeah.
I think you might win that.
Is that going to give you like $88 back?
Yeah. What are your odds that you got on that?
Yeah.
Penisher says, good afternoon, fellas. Welcome back, Randy. Pink Eye says, in case midgets is offensive, other names you can use, dwarfs or leprechauns. I think we're supposed to say little people.
Yeah, they don't like that either, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
Hefty Lefty
also not
says,
great.
Gravy Wrestling Tournament is actually the third leg of the Poutine Triple Crown. The other leg is, of course, being the French Fry Festival and the rolling of the cheese wheel down the hill. That is an international spectacle.
No, kidding.
He's not. Hefty's right. There is a thing where they roll the cheese down the hill as a competition.
The cheese goes bounding down the wheel. People get concussions, broken bones. That's bad. What about the gravy? I mean,
I don't think there's been a lot of gravy injuries. Puff Dulcie says, I'm from Minnesota. And listen, it's been 60 plus years of choking. Might be an older t-shirt.
We, appreciate the correction.
Yeah.
Why are we blowing the whistle on that?
Don't know.
Yeah, Bud Grant needs 2 minutes. Bud Grant.
Who?
What?
Bud Grant.
Big George says, glad to see old Randy back whistling. Shut up, George. You're the other one. Kringleberry says, whoever's blowing a whistle should be pushed off a roof.
I've been pushed off. Look. See?
I mean, it's a radio show, so probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been pushed off the roof twice.
Quiet Cannon says, correction, that Gravy Wrestling event in England, all 528 gallons of it is an annual event. Yes.
528 gallons.
I love it. Tia says, does Kyler Murray need a step stool for the team picture again this year? No, they'll probably all sit down, Silver Pop says, Dusty Rhodes is eternal. Randy White is his conduit. Love it. Respect it. Deal with it. Kiss the Cook says, oh, so it's not Vegas. I thought I heard Vegas while I was in the bathroom leaving a message for Russell Westbrook. What the hell, man? Because he has the I smelled something bad face. That's
I got it. Okay. We're there.
Against the Spread says, how'd they get all that gravy for the wrestling contest? Did Mike McCarthy donate blood or something? Oh, that's funny. All right, let's move on. 888-368-1580. So I don't understand this at all. But then again, if you take just one listen to this radio show, you don't understand this either. Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey just signed $100 million podcast deal.
Oh my God.
New Heights is the name of their podcast. They signed a deal with Amazon's Wondery and is $100 million over 3 years. Good God. Why? I wish we were famous coming into this thing because then we'd really get paid doing this show.
That's true.
That's the thing. You're like, oh, I could do that. No, you couldn't. Unless you're already famous.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
The time to try and get into podcasting and establish yourself so you could make money was like 10 years ago. Maybe even that was too late.
So, I'll tell you what, Travis is really working hard on trying to make up a little ground between him and Taylor Swift. He will never get there.
No.
He will never get there. But yeah, have you heard their podcast? You ever listened to it?
I have. It's a good podcast.
$100 million worth?
It's $100 million worth because it's popular. Like people listen to it.
No, I'm just saying, when you listen to it, you're like, hell yeah, $100 million.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think a lot of these podcasts that are costing $100 million are worth that from just listening to it. But Amazon does not care if the podcast sounds like $100 million. They just need $100 million worth of people listening.
I'm trying to figure out how much money we could make for this. You know what I mean? How much money could we make for this?
Well, the fame is, like you said, the fame is the big part of this. I don't know how much money we could make from it because we're not famous.
Tell you what, I'm going to go away for a while. I'm going to get famous, and then I'll come back, and we'll see how much money we can make for this.
I like this plan.
It might take a bit. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The only thing more satisfying than a crisp fall day is a crisp fall day inside your cozy, spotless home. Right now, shop Labor Day savings on select cleaning essentials and exclusive brands from the Home Depot. Plus, with fast free delivery, you don't have to worry about running out of your favorite cleaners, paper products, trash bags, and more. The Home Depot has everything you need to get ready for a fall refresh. Get your home crisp, clean, and ready for the season with the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on over 2 million items subject to availability.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with a surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
It's election time. Make your vote count. Register to vote or check your voter registration by going to arizona.vote. Remember, elections are run at the local level by your friends and neighbors, and there are safeguards in place every step of the way to ensure your vote is counted accurately and securely. For more information and updates, visit arizona.vote, your trusted source of election information. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. He swallowed his whistle and he had to rush off to the ER. I warned him. I told him that might happen. He was blowing that whistle so much, and as he was talking, he was whistling, so he had to go. Keon Rose is in the control room. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And let's get caught up on the text line. I've been trying to do that for quite some time, but I got to say, thank you to everybody in the fourth dimension. We did not set out to do this today, but I don't remember even whose idea it was, but that people have been donating money to ArizonaSportsAngels.org in exchange for having their number, their jersey number, put next to their name on the text line. And it's very, very cool. And then it's also given us the idea to create jerseys for the fourth dimension, whatever sport you want, even maybe a t-shirt that you guys can, go online and purchase, and the portion of the proceeds on that, all of whatever proceeds would go to ArizonaSportsAngels.org. So, just coming up with ideas. We don't have it in place yet, but people have been jumping in there, getting their numbers. So far, we've only had one conflict, and that was when random texter swooped in, paid for the number 00, and I don't know if it was Kiss the Cook or the other name that starts with a K. Kiss the Cook, or I always do this. There's two of them that start with a K. Anyway, I don't know who got upset, but they were like, WTF, man. So yeah, I get, first come, first serve on the numbers. I mean, there's only so many numbers, I guess. But anyway, so I just want to thank people who have been generously donating to Arizona Sports Angels. They tended to donate the amount of money that their number is, like $27 or $23 or whatever, however it is. Sir Drives a Lot says 7 cents. I'm going to donate 7 cents. That's probably not. That the fee is going to be more than that through PayPal.
PayPal might charge more than that amount of money.
Oh no, he's being rude. He's like, no, that's the amount of money you could make from the Daily Blender. Oh, you mean our podcast? Oh, well, that was hurtful.
Yeah.
Silver Pops says Jeffrey Roof Pusher O'Brien, 2024. As far as he knows, it was not me that pushed him off the roof. Nobody has any proof of this. Chief Skull, who's number 27. Dude, don't send me a link. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with the link? Oh, about Bud Grant. Oh, from the Vikings. I already know about that. Swazman says the Kelseys will be old news soon. As soon as Taylor Swift breaks up with Kansas City Chiefs and writes a song about it. You think she's going to make like a breakup song about the entire team after it's over?
I highly doubt this.
She'll start talking crap about Mahomes' wife. She's just going to go scorched earth on everyone that was involved. It's probably something about RG hitting on her, like Roger Goodell. The Jet says, wow, that guy on the Home Depot commercials, he sounds a lot like Keon.
I've actually been told this before. It's not me. Because I imagine Home Depot money would be nice.
Yeah. I think people used to say you sound like somebody from a Wendy's commercial too. So whatever. Nobody ever says I sound like anything. Swave Dave, number 23, says I'd settle for 100th of that 100 million. Yeah, no doubt. 1%. Give me 1% of that 100 million, and I will go away. I'll just leave. I'll be like, yeah. I hear you people. Kyle G says Randy blows his whistle like a fat guy grabs nuggets at a buffet, or like the Vikings taking losses
in Super Bowls.
The Vikings just, I'll take that L. I'll take that L. I'll take that L.
I mean, that's basically what the schedule with Sam Darnold is going to look like here in not too long.
Big George says, I just donated $28 to Arizona Sports Angels. Can I have number one? Didn't we just give away number one already? Hefty Lefty just got number one, George. He got number one before you did. See, now it's awkward.
Yeah.
Now it's awkward. Hefty Lefty did it like 15 minutes ago, man.
Yeah.
And I talked about it on air.
Guys, you guys might want to start checking actually now before you start donating for your numbers, because I don't know what we do in the case of a repeat unless.
Well, you better choose another number quick, George. 602 Pats fan says, I call dibs on 12. Somebody already bought it. Moist one already donated to ArizonaSportsAngels.org to get the number 12.
How you call dibs is you donate. You don't say it. You do it. Or you don't have the number.
If you want, 602 Pats fan, if you donate, I'll give you TB12. Does that work? Because it seems like that'd be something you might like.
That's a good point.
Silver Pop says, I hope T Sizzle makes a breakup song about the entire team. Getting my popcorn ready to witness this. T Sizzle? Oh, you mean Taylor Swift? Is that really what they call her?
No one has ever called her that.
Oh,
not seriously, and not without joking.
Chief Skull keeps sending me pictures of crying people going, why? I'm so sorry, Chief Skull. I am so sorry. This
so many strays. I listen, we hate that this hurts you. We do, because we like you.
Yeah, I mean, how do we, there's got to be a happy place we can help him go to. You know what I mean? Like where he hears these things, but they don't affect Chief Skull. They only affect Donnie.
I don't know how to do that. When it comes to the Vikings specifically, I have no idea how to do that.
Oh crap! Now Big George wants a refund. He says, "Can I get a refund, or can I outbid Hefty Lefty?"
Well, Hefty Lefty's already paid though. So then one of the two of you would have to get a refund.
Paid.
Yeah.
You can't pick another number, George?
Please.
Maybe you guys can sort this out. Let's just see. 602 Pats fan says, where do I donate? ArizonaSportsAngels.org. Silver Pop says, I do, Keon. I don't know. What was the question?
You do what? You know how to insult the Vikings and hurt Donnie's feelings without simultaneously hurting Chief Skulls? Because
maybe it was more about Taylor Swift.
Okay, yeah. Like when I say no one, I mean like Jeffrey said, is that what they call her? When I say no one, I mean there is no group of people that refers to Taylor Swift as T-Sis. Doesn't happen. She's Taylor Swift. Look at her. No, you can't call her T-Sis.
Yeah, I don't get the sizzle from Swift.
No.
You call her T-Swizzle.
Look at her. Listen to her music. There's no T-Sizzle in any of that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. There's nothing hip hop about her.
No.
Oh, gotcha.
No. Did she have a song with Kendrick Lamar? That did happen. That's about as close as she ever got.
Gotcha. All right, Silver Pops, you go ahead. He says, also, I love to hurt Donnie, but I do call her T-Swizzle. Big George says, how about number 2? I like to drop number 2s during the show, so it'd be appropriate. I wish I didn't know that.
I mean, almost want to tell you no just for that, but the donation would be accepted, I guess. So
it's yes, number 2. You've got number 2, George. CK, typical lawyer, wanting a refund from a charity. No, George in the end figure out a way to make it right. And he just did. Number 2. Silver Pop says, when she burns him, you feel sizzle. When she burns who?
Travis Kelce. That's just a breakup. Breakups happen.
Jonesy says, Keon, speaking of Vikings, should I draft JJ in the first round? He'll be more than likely to fall to me at number 6, but Darnold scares me. I'm drafting tonight.
I mean, I took Justin Jefferson. So
are you asking Keon?
I
know things too.
Yeah, that's true. He just passed right over you.
Right by me. By the way, Jonesy, I had the number 6 pick in a 12-team draft. Justin Jefferson did fall to me. And then I let him fall to Keon, who was up next after me. I took Amon St. Brown.
Yeah, I think of like the top 7 or 8 options. I would have Justin Jefferson near the bottom of that group.
By the way, we need to tell Ralph when he's reading the text line not to read the numbers.
Did he read someone's whole number?
I don't know, because it's the first time we've ever done this. So I'm afraid Ralph is going to seed Chief Skull number 27 and say Chief Skull number 27. I don't think we're going to say their numbers.
That's right. Yeah, no, you do have to remind him that.
Time.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you think people want us to say their numbers every time? And number 27 Chief Skull? I don't know.
No, I think I don't think so.
Jonesy says, Jonesy, that was Jonesy. Sorry. Lost Toby says, yeah, asking a charity for a refund is wild, Big George. Chief Skull says, Big George can buy it from Hefty Lefty for $1,000. Kyle G says, Viking fans probably call Swift T Swizzle. They also refer to themselves as a good franchise.
Ouch.
So sorry, Chief Skull. 602 Pats fan says, all right, I donated $20, so I get TB12. Yes, you do. It's right there, typed in to your texter nickname, 602 Pats fan. I think every now and then I'll read their numbers for them. Every now and then, not all the time.
Or maybe to start.
Big George number 2. And by the way, George, if you want a different number, you can think about it. You don't have to go to number 2. He says, I was just joking about the refund thing. I'd never want a refund from a charity. Unless it was a fake charity like George Costanza's Human Fund. No, that's fair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hefty Lefty says, to be fair, it was a Saturday Night Live skit they did. You didn't even see the Thug Story music video she did with T-Pain. He called her T Swizzle in that song.
Okay, well, that's...
Is it funnier than when Natalie Portman started rapping on Saturday Night Live? When she was young? Like back during Star Wars times? You ever see that?
I've never seen that.
Oh my God. We can't play it on air. It's too dirty. Even bleeped, it's too dirty.
Okay.
I'm shocked you haven't seen it.
You have 100% piqued my interest.
Yeah, don't watch it during the show, but for fear it actually goes out over the air.
Yeah.
But give yourself a reminder to see that. I think that the Lonely Island Boys helped her with it, but that is one of the best things I've ever seen is Natalie Portman rapping on Saturday Night Live. Let's see here. Ringless Joe says, Joe's gambling picks for week 1. We're not even close to week 1 yet, Ringless Joe.
2 weeks away.
But okay.
If you give gambling picks and then someone gets hurt, do you have to come back and change them? I just don't you care how the line moves on that or no?
Ringless Joe? Okay, I'll read this. He says the Browns cover the spread against the Cowboys in low-scoring season debut. Browns were 8-1, ATS at home this season, and the Cowboys were woeful on the road, being the only team last season to not win a game as a road underdog. Browns defense is excellent. Cowboys only scored 14 points in their playoff game against the Green Bay Packers before getting some garbage time touchdowns. It's a different team this year, right? They've probably changed up some personnel. Are we expecting the Cowboys to be the exact same kind of team?
I mean, I think honestly they got a little worse.
Yeah. Oh,
so yeah, but I do think that also the quarterback kind of matters for the Browns. I know they were shuffling through a bunch of guys, but is Deshaun Watson any good? Because he hasn't actually been good as a starter.
I want him to be so bad. I want him to be bad to punish him. I want him to be bad to punish the owners of that team. I want him to be bad. Really hope he's bad.
I actively root against him all the time.
I'm rooting for injuries on him. 602 Pats fan says, hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys. And of course, what you guys are doing for the kids. Yeah, that's right. This impromptu donation session is, that's going to, first off, my wife is going to be thrilled because then she can go in there and buy a bunch of equipment and we can deliver it to some schools. That's, thank you, everybody. This is awesome. Lost Toby says, I'm willing to sell my number for a bottle of tequila. Lost Toby's got number 10 and he's ready to sell it already. Big George, number 2. Sir Drives a Lot says, sounds like now there's 2 Big Georges. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point, Sir Drives a Lot.
Though, I mean, we'll see. When Big George's oldest kid gets to be 10, it'll be like there's 2 Big Georges. Because that's going to be a big kid.
Silver Pops actually says, hey, when we get all these numbers right, how about you read 12 or 10 or 8 or 24. Pretty badass because loyal listeners will know who's who. Oh, he's saying refer to them as their numbers. Number 27 says that would require everybody to have been listening right this minute.
Yeah.
Because then later on, everybody's like, what the hell's what's 27?
Yeah. even people who listen, if they missed today,
they're going to need a guide.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, hey, is number 7 still open? If so, I'll switch to 7 and I'll let George have 1 because he is the longest tenured super fan after all. Well, that's a good point. And that's awfully cool of you, Hefty Lefty. I'll go ahead and make the change right now.
You're a better person than me.
Wait, did somebody else get number 7?
Well, Randy's got 7.
Oh,
we can't give away 7.
Oh, Hefty.
Can't give away 7.
I can't change. I can't do that.
Randy's got 7.
I'm 4. Keon is 13, and I'm and Randy is 7. So yeah. Ghetto Girl says, "Oh my God." Ghetto Girl donated $50 to Arizona Sports Angels. Wow. She says, I want 16. 16 is 16 is up for grabs. You are number 16. My goodness, thank you. That's hell. I was going to give her my number if she wanted it for $50. Good job. Thank you so much.
Very
16
generous.
is yours. Nurse Scratchit says, definitely want a shirt, and I'll donate for number 26 or any number. Well, keep in mind, the donation doesn't get you a jersey right now. We're going to set up a thing where you go online and you can buy one, and then the proceeds of that goes towards the charity. But right now, people are just buying their numbers, Nurse Scratchit, just so you know. But I don't think anybody's got number 26 yet. I don't think. I probably should be keeping track of this better. And Lost Toby says, by the way, tequila is also going to charity, unless she's busy, and then it'll go to Destiny.
Okay. All right.
Pinocchio says, hey, fellas, like life is crazy right now. Feel bad I missed the draft. Gonna feel worse when I win. Cheers. Pinocchio thinks he's going to win Premier League.
Having auto drafted.
Did you auto draft?
I'm guessing is what that sounds like, or am I?
I'm gonna look at his team. He is in the Premier League. He's got Deshaun Watson, Jonathan Taylor, Zamir White, AJ Brown, Brandon Ayuk, Sam Laporta, George Pickens, Jaden Daniels, Khalil Herbert, Marquise Brown, DeAndre Hopkins.
There are highs and lows on that roster. Highs and lows.
I can tell you auto drafted because you got 2 kickers. Well done. But yeah, you're right. Life gets crazy. I auto drafted last year because some stuff happened and I wasn't able to get on there. Big George says that would have been cool, Hefty Lefty. I'd buy you a bottle of your favorite drink. Yeah, but he can't have 7, George. Random texter says, doesn't appear my $10 is holding very much water, so I'll donate another $15 for my 00 as soon as I get home. Random texter, listen, you don't even have to. You can if you feel led to, but you don't have to. Any amount of money that's donated is appreciated. So, you give what you feel like. You give what you can, but you give what you feel like. So don't sweat it, man. Your $10 is just as important as that $50 that Ghetto Girl just put in. I'm not looking at it that way. I appreciate anything you guys have done has been appreciated. Silver Pop says Hefty versus Randy arm wrestling showdown at Dave and Buster's. He says, and if they won't host, let's do it at Jaguars Gentleman Club. No, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. I'd like to stay married. So yeah, Chiefs and Randy doesn't have to arm wrestle for it. Cheese Skull says, Jeffrey, I just watched that Natalie Portman rap. That was another Vikings dig because Andy Samberg was dressed as a Viking. No, that was not a Vikings dig, and that's right. You're right. He was.
Boy, you can't catch a break today. I'm sorry, man.
Poor Chief Skull. Against the Spread says, listen, people, be careful with week 1 betting. I know many people that lose a large percentage of their bankroll because they're chomping at the bit to throw money down on games. I'd bet live during week 1 because you can establish game trends, position matchups, number of possessions, and momentum. That is great advice against the spread, and you're absolutely 100% right. you don't know what the hell is happening in the NFL this season until you start to see it actually happening. You know, I need a couple of weeks before I got my head straight. So yeah, don't risk your money on week one stuff. And, unless, like you said, live betting. That's a pretty good idea. That's smart. Eye Candy says, Jeffrey, I will definitely win Blender League number 9. Okay.
Best of luck to you.
Tell me what your team name is in League number 9. I'll go take a look. All right. Big George says, how about 77, Lefty? I'll still buy you a bottle of your favorite drink, whiskey, tequila, whatever you want. Oh, so now Big George is trying to say, Hefty, you be number 77, and he'll buy you a bottle of something.
That's pretty cool.
A bottle, not just a drink, a bottle. So I am sure that 2 Hall of Fame texters like Hefty Lefty and Big George, they will be able to sort this out as gentlemen. Right now, we got to take a break. We come back. Let's talk some football. Been dying to talk football. Trying to talk football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
New York Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge with 51 home runs on the season. He would need to reach 63 to break the American League record that he holds. He is minus 110 to achieve that feat. Judge to hit 65 plus home runs during the regular season is a plus 240. And to reach the milestone of 70, in which he would need 19, it's at plus 2,700. Judge is also in the race for the American League Triple Crown. He currently leads in home runs and RBIs. He's second behind Bobby Witt Jr. in batting average. He's plus 520 to win the crown. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-970-8855. That's 800-970-8855. 800-970-8855.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org, sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org, sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I took a look at Eye Candy's team, and Eye Candy has a very good team in the fantasy football. I'll tell you what, here, I'm going to rattle this off for you, Keon, real fast. Tell me if you think this is a stellar team. Josh Allen, James Cook, Breece Hall, Brandon Ayuk, Nico Collins, Dalton Kincaid, Chris Godwin, Caleb Williams, Chuba Hubba, Zach Moss. By the way, Zach Moss, I feel like that's a good pick this year. Tyjae Spears, Rome Odunze, Jaden Reed, Calvin Ridley. And this is how I know this guy was drafting right. Has the Indianapolis Colts as a defense. And the reason I say that is not because they're a great defense. That means he had to have taken that defense last. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That means that all the other good defenses were gone. It's a pretty good defense, but that is probably the weakest part of this team, in my opinion. So, nicely done. Nicely done by Eye Candy. Let me just remind everybody who's playing fantasy football with us on the NFL.com thing. The fantasy draft grades mean nothing. Zero. There's the dumbest damn thing. All right. So don't believe those. Don't be upset about it. Don't believe them. Just, forget about it. Also, do not judge everything on projections, point projections. When you're sitting there going like, oh, look, I'm projected to beat this guy by this much. Don't go by their projections. Their projections a lot of the time are inaccurate. You do your own research. Look at what these players are doing and look at the trends. I look at stats way more than I ever would look at projections. You look at their stats and see how they've done against certain teams, and you get into a rhythm with some of these players, and the proof is the points, man. So don't trust your week to projected points. Never do that. 888-368-1580. Lost Toby says, all right, here's another $23 for Arizona Sports Angels to bring my total to 51. High score is mine. Well, about that, Lost Toby, thank you. Thank you very much. You did not have to do that. But the high score right now goes to Screaming Eagle. Screaming Eagle quietly, donated. And I don't know if I should even say how much.
You know what? Let him say if he's okay with you giving the number.
Yeah, I don't think I'll say it out loud, but he
went above and beyond.
He completely has the high score right now, but it's not about high scores. It's not about high scores. It's about you guys just being charitable and giving with your heart to help these kids get sporting equipment so they can all play, whatever sport, whether it's basketball, baseball, We did a lot of baseball stuff. Yes. Golf, even some people who had donated golf equipment. We went ahead and we've outfitted entire golf teams in poor areas,
which is really cool because golf is one of the most inaccessible and expensive sports to get into.
Right.
If you're a kid that loves to play, that loves that, you may not have the right equipment. I think that's great that you all help with that.
Well, I tell you what, it was the fourth dimension that helped with that more than anything.
True. That's true.
Navy Brad gave a couple of stellar golf bags and clubs and stuff. So anyways, I just thank you to everybody. This is very cool. We did not even mean to do this. Hefty Lefty still negotiating with Big George says, all right, I'll go to 22 if that's available. I do believe it is. And then George can have number 1. That's a good guy, Hefty Lefty.
That's a good guy. You know, he knows that George is an OG, is one of the original listeners. In fact, George has listened to me, good God, over 20 years. He's told me in the past the stations that he has listened to me on over the years. And he remembers back to NBC 1190. That was 2001.
Oh man.
I don't know if he was listening back in 2001, but he remembered stuff from that era. I think I was there for a couple of years before I moved over to KXAM in 2003. So yeah, Big George loves him some radio. So yeah, he might have been listening to this show for 22 years, 23 years, because Daily Blender was, Daily Blender. And then before that, it was the Jeffrey O'Brien show. And before that, it was called City Life. And, it's all the same crap. It's just this show. It's always been this. So whether it's sports or whether it was just an entertainment show, it's been this. And George surprises me then. Sometimes he'll bring up something from the past. I'm like, damn, George has been around. Chief Skoll says, is Moist One's donation for Speedos for the swim team? We're not doing that. No. He did not put any kind of conditions on his donation. Thank God. Big George says, wow, that is a good guy. Hefty lefty. I appreciate it. He says, let me know what kind of bottle you want. What bottle of alcohol you would desire. King of Kitten says, new text or nickname ideas. We already had a butt fumble. We already had that. Stealing from the dead. I don't like that one. Cognitively normal. Seems like you're making it too hard of an attempt to prove you're cognitively normal. So, no. Chief Skoll says, I read that. Everything just came up copies. All right. Let's talk football real fast. It turns out now the NFL's not going to use that Hawkeye technology to measure first downs in the regular season. But during the preseason, they did experiment with it. And I guess it had, chips or something in the ball. Oh, no, it wasn't chips in the ball. This is a high-tech computer vision system like what they do for tennis.
And I think they used it for volleyball in the Olympics as well.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't know if they have said, the NFL has said it worked, but we're not using it, or they haven't said didn't work, we're not using it. Although it did delay the Lions-Giants preseason game when it took a lot longer for the measurement to come through. It was a traditional chain measurement on a play. It wasn't even close to first down, and they said, this should not have taken it that long to figure that out. So I guess the technology is not quite there yet, but I'm saying forget about the camera stuff. Just chips in the ball.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for, is where's the ball located on the field?
You get what you do is you get the chip or the sensor. It's like, okay, so where do you put the sensor? There has to be one at either end of the ball, I think.
Yeah, that's because that's where they usually measure it, is where's the nose of the football.
Right. And so you look at the ball, wherever it is. And if it, the north, so we gotta know what the north chip, where that is to be able to say, okay, what's going on, right? What's going on? So, I like the chip idea, the GPS, and it's not GPS satellites from space. It's GPS inside of
the building.
The dome.
It's like a local positioning system instead of a global one.
And even if the roof is open or there is no roof, you could set it up. You could probably attach stuff to the light poles and just have it in the strategic places where it is, mimicking the satellites, and it's right there. It'd probably be even more accurate than GPS.
It probably would be, because of just how much, smaller the area is. And they already have chips that they use for so many things in the game. Like when they want to try and keep track of player performance and top speed and all of that, they have chips in players' pads. That's how they do that. So adding one to the football shouldn't be that hard. Like, the technology already exists.
But it has to be precise to the nose, on either end. And I don't think it would be that expensive. Of course, I don't know how
Well,
much a satellite costs.
But I mean, yeah, but it wouldn't be a satellite, right? Like it's because we're not talking about putting something in space. We're talking about putting something in the buildings. That's not anywhere near as expensive as
That's
all
a good
that.
point.
And the NFL should be good for it financially.
Yeah,
They should be all right.
Some of the problems with the camera thing is, even though it's up high or whatever, sometimes players are blocking the view. I talked about this last time we talked about it, whether there's a big pile.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
mean,
I'm saying?
every Eagles game, you're going to have a problem when they do the tush push and then the ball's just under, 10 people. The cameras aren't going to be able to see the ball.
But I think the GPS would be able to read it.
Yeah, because it's just about where the positioning is. It's not about, like that signal is going to be able to pass through a person.
Big George says, yes, Jeffrey, I go back to the 1310 KXAM days, then the NBC 1260 days, and then I lost you for a couple of years when you went to Palm Springs, and then the show came back when this station started, but it was a simulcast with Palm Springs, which was weird at first, and then I got you back for good, and here we are today. Many, many years for sure. What did you care if it was simulcast in Palm Springs? I didn't. How did that even affect anything?
Just pick one then and listen to that one.
Lost Toby says, if you ain't first, you're last. Okay. Ringless Joe says, honest question, why didn't Washington just keep their mascot and change the name to the Washington Natives? This is a random out of nowhere question.
Out of nowhere question, and largely it was that the Native American tribe in the area just didn't want to be a mascot. That's the long and short of it. They just didn't want their heritage being a sports mascot.
Slim Pickens Hat says, just gave a couple $100 to Arizona Sports Angels. Seems like a worthy cause. Wow, dude. Appreciate that. Did you want a number? I mean, you don't have to have a number, but that is what's going on here. But I appreciate that. Wow. Thank you so much, Slim Pickens Hat. That is amazing. Lost Toby says, I need a number. You got number 10. What are you talking about? I thought you wanted number 10. I gave you number 10. Didn't you want number 10? Hold on. Did I give him the wrong number? Or did you want 8? How did I got this wrong somehow? Remind me, Lost Toby, which number you wanted. Slim Pickens Hat says, I'll take 69 or 420. Quickly choose which one it is, and you get it.
Because now you put them both out there. You got to jump on one.
Yep, choose one. Gamecock says, why hasn't Washington been relegated to the USFL? I think they're about to be pretty good, man.
I mean, I don't know, but they're finally going in the right direction, and I'm excited about what this new regime is going to do with this team. And I don't just mean coach and quarterback. I mean owner. Josh Harris is a cool dude, man, and he really understands how to run a team. This isn't his first one, and he's hired a bunch of really sharp people, and he's letting them do their jobs, which I have not ever witnessed for this team in the 20 plus years I've been rooting for him. So I'm excited.
Slim Pickens Hat has chosen number 69. Well done, sir.
Nice.
Slave Dave says, because of fumbles, they should go through 100 more balls a game, and having to change from one ball to the next could be difficult. It is the NFL, after all.
Yeah, but you could reuse the footballs. Like, just put chips in the ones you plan to use for the game, and then reuse them. I don't.
Yeah, I don't understand why you can't just because it has a chip in it. Well, I'm confused.
I just,
Lost Toby says, I need the number for the high score. 10 is the number I wore. Okay, good. I just want to make sure I got your right number. That's all. Okay. He needs to know how much the I don't know if I should share that information. It's let me find out. Nurse Scratch It says, I gave 26 since 13 is gone. So number 26. Oh, so Nurse Scratch It, you want the number 26. Got it. And there you go. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that donation to ArizonaSportsAngels.org. All right. Bang. Done. Thank you, my dear. 888-368-1580. Gamecock said, this number thing, I just tuned in. Can you provide a recap? We were talking about Russell Westbrook wanting the number 0. And then all of a sudden, I can't remember who started this. They said, hey, can I have my number if I give you some money for Arizona Sports Angel? And I was like, sure. And so now everybody has been donating to ArizonaSportsAngels.org. And then I've been putting their number next to their text or nickname here on the text line. So like Swave Dave has number 23, Big George has number 1, Nurse Scratchit has number 26, Lost Toby has number 10. And so that's what we're doing. So far, we have resolved any conflicts that have come up. So that's why everybody's rushing to try to get their numbers now, I guess. And they're just being generous to charity. And he says, Gamecock says, is 24 taken? I'll pay $10 for number 24. Scrolling, I don't see 24. So I think it is available, Gamecock. New texter on the text line, or it's not new. Yeah.
Is it that same texter that's been texting since February but refuses to get a texter nickname, and every time it comes up they disappear for 3 days before showing up again to text again with no texter nickname?
What did I say I was going to do? We came up with a good idea. Now I can't remember.
I don't recall.
And
And
we were
whoever,
going to call
whoever
him
it was
something.
popped up on Saturday as well.
What were we going to call him?
Oh man, I don't remember. I should have written this down, and I did not do that.
Swave Dave says, you don't think the chips will get jarred loose or worse? No, they could be, in the ball in like a little gel pack thing that would be, perfectly situated. I think it could be figured out.
I mean, like I said, they use this technology on the players to track so many things about them. And has a chip here or there maybe been jarred loose? Sure. But for the most part, the chips in the pads work. And these are the players that are colliding with other players for an entire, 60-minute football game. I think it'll survive in the football.
CK says, share the high number. It's for the kids.
That's somebody else's financial information, though. Like the amount of money that person gave is not. It's not for that.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, and look,
on me.
if he wants to have that information out there, or doesn't mind if it goes to a specific person so they know what it is, fine. But I don't think that Screaming Eagle deserves to just have financial information just floating out there. That's not fair.
Against the Spread says, hey, isn't Lost Toby the AI gambling expert? If so, I've got a bet for him. All right. Well, Lost Toby's still listening, so let's hear it. Ringless Joe says, I got a new Lions fit for game day, a retro fit with the old long lion logo. Oh, that's cool, man.
That's a cool logo, too.
Tell you what, this is your window for Lions greatness, is right now. It's like within these next few, I don't know, how many years you think we have left here in this window of the Lions being good?
Being this good? I don't know, like maybe 3 years, something like that. That's like a nice, because they've got a lot of rookies that are, or guys on rookie deals anyway, that are contributors on that team. And I like their GM, Brad Holmes. And that's the key to having a long-lasting organization, or at least a long-lasting championship window in an organization, is having a GM that drafts well and works free agency well. And I think Brad does a really good job. So I think they'll be solid for a very long time. But like Super Bowl contender, that's like a 3-year window.
Gamecock says, oops, accidentally donated to OnlyFans.
You can't accidentally do that, but sure. I'm sure she appreciates it.
I feel like just giving it to him. Anyways, you know what I mean? It's like, well, you donated to something. Here you go. You're number 24 now.
Oh, boy.
All right, we are very late for a break. Let's take that break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-970-8855. That's 800-970-8855. 800-970-8855.
Joey, let's get some drive-through.
Yeah, bro. Food.
I'm gonna have to ask you to step out of the car, sir. Joey, let's get some drive-through, man.
Let's order delivery instead.
If you feel different, you drive different, and driving high is a DUI. If you think no one can tell you're high, think again. Your friends, family, and especially law enforcement can see right through it. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high and get a DUI. Brought to you by NHTSA. So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with the surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time.
Like right now.
Or right now. Or even now. Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Thank you, everybody who is donating to ArizonaSportsAngels.org. It just is very unexpected, but very needed, especially right now as school is beginning. And we are getting lots of Title IX schools requesting, playground equipment, footballs and baseballs and basketballs, you name it. So everybody, thank you so much. And we got to remember to explain this to Ralph so he doesn't just read off numbers on a Saturday morning or something. Sunday, actually. No, that's right. I forgot. The Weekend Warriors is now going to be on Sundays as a Sunday morning football show here on 1580 The Fanatic from 8 a.m. until either the first game or 10 a.m. And then, of course, Keon Rose, without interruption, is now going to be moved to 10 a.m. on Saturday. So couple of little changes starting this weekend, but just got to make sure he doesn't just read off a bunch of damn numbers here. 888-368-1580 against the spread had an idea. He had a bet for Lost Toby, who is now our AI gambling expert. He says the bet only applies if Lost Toby plays golf. And I think he does. One weekend during football season, we have to pick 6 games against the spread pre-flop. 3 college games, 3 pro games. Whoever has the worst record pays for a round of municipal golf. $60 max green fees. Is there a place you can actually golf in the winter for only $60? I honestly don't know how much golf costs.
I don't know. I don't golf, so I've been wanting to, but I do not.
I don't know if Lost Toby is currently got his ear to the radio right now, but I'll tell you what, against the spread, I will copy and paste your text into and text him back with this. Oh, nope, he's listening. He says, I'm in. All right, I'm going to still paste the bet so he has it in his text so he can make sure he's clear on this. So there is now a bet between Against the Spread and Lost Toby for a round of golf. And whoever picks some games, college and pro, but you guys got to decide which weekend this is. Whoever wins this, the AI, well, Lost Toby gets to golf on behalf of the AI, or Against the Spread, who gets to golf on behalf of himself. Lost Toby says, yeah, there's a few places. I've done Wigwam for about $50 on certain days. Man, it better be well under 80 degrees before I go golfing.
Really?
I can't golf in over 80 in direct sunlight.
Okay,
No.
you would burst into flames. That's just
I would need one of them giant gardener hats. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sombrero.
Well, that's cultural appropriation.
That's a good point, but it is a useful hat for being shaded.
That's what I'm saying. You're right. The hell with it. I will wear a sombrero.
It is just a very useful hat.
I don't care. It's
Like,
my shade.
They did design it because it works. I mean,
I feel like it would make some people angry, though.
that's a good point. Just
So
go
maybe
with the
a
gardener
big
hat.
floppy hat. Just
Yeah.
a big floppy hat. Ringless Joe says, if you can believe it, last season was not only my first time seeing the Lions win 2 playoff games, but also my 62-year-old dad's first time seeing that as well. He hadn't seen the Lions win a playoff game since 1991. Needless to say, we're excited to see him play this season. Man, I'm very glad for you.
Yeah.
Slightly glad for Boogie, but very glad for you that your Lions are doing great.
That fan base deserves it.
Big George says, so what you're saying is we have to make the ultimate sacrifice. Either listen to Ralph, Neil, and Mr. Arizona Sports, or go to church. I was never trying to get you to choose.
Yeah, if church is more important to you, just go to church. If you're heathens like us, there's a thing you can listen to before the games start.
Gamecock says nothing like golfing with swamp ass and shooting the temperature. Yeah, a lot of you shoot the temperature right now.
That's
yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Let's see. CK says, I think you can golf in Ajo for like $5. Ajo is a nice, peaceful little town. It is a nice little, peaceful little town. I've been there on a few occasions. I have yet to see a golf course. I do not know if there's a golf course there, but I know there's a golf team there because we outfitted them. That was one of the places that we helped out.
So you would assume that there's a golf course there.
Yeah, I know. I got to ask my wife. Lost Toby says, yeah, there's a few places. I think I read that. Against the Spread says, Aguilla 18 and Encanto 18 can both be played for $60 or less October through May. He says, let's do it after a few weeks of the season so we have a little data. Much love and good luck, Lost Toby. All right, there we go. We've made a bet. The house gets 10%. I don't know how you get 10% of a golf game.
Yeah.
But all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1951, a prolonged delay occurred in Olean, New York's Raidner Stadium when a skunk refused to leave the infield during the game between Botphia and the hometown Oilers. Minor leaguers tried to shoo the skunk away, but resulted in the players running off the field after being sprayed by the skunk.
Oh, no.
Which stayed for about an hour before he finally left on its own. Yeah, and a lot fewer fans in the stands because that stank probably just wafted across the entirety of that stadium. Man, skunks don't. I've never seen
Skunks don't play.
Yeah, I've never seen a skunk that was shy about,
Yeah, they know.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the ultimate defense. I mean, when I was in college, there was like a walkway that went down the middle of the university. We called it the promenade. And I had a science project due, so I was going to the lab to go work on it. And I was walking down the promenade, and then a skunk just popped out of the bushes and walked in front of me. And I decided that I was going to get a 0 on that project.
Yep.
I just went back home, went back to my dorm.
Nope. Man, don't mess with the skunk because it's days.
You
it's
lose.
Not hours. It's days.
No matter what happens to the skunk, you lose.
Predators, yeah. I don't know the skunk has any predators, to be honest.
There are animals who try.
There are animals who learn.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope, you're good. You're good. You're fine. Big George says there's a public golf course right there in Ajo. Oh, he Googled it right there. Hey, actually, it's not. Hey, that looks pretty nice. It's not bad. CK says, yes, there is a golf course there near the old airport, says CK. Oh, we thought you were just joking around. Turns out you must have lived there. Lost Toby says, cheers. Encanto is my home course. I live right around the corner right there. There you go. I think we have the place. Now we have the bet. Now we just got to have the weekend. Let us know, guys, when you guys sort that out. Everybody, again, thank you so much for all your generous donations to Arizona Sports Angels today. Just did not see that coming, but it's very much appreciated, and it will be put to good use. I think we should bring this up again tomorrow for those people who maybe tuned away. Now, they're going to be bummed because they didn't get a chance at their favorite numbers, but
maybe you got a backup.
Might be some negotiations. Well, that's why I say I could be 4 or I could be 44. You always got to be ready for that kind of thing. Or 40. That works too.
Yeah.
So, everybody have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 15.